Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live for the Mandem Talk. We're here, man, Wednesdays. You know the score, people. Mandem Talk live. And we will be talking about a big game tomorrow. Some Man United news and anything that happens in the group chat, you know what I mean? Because certain men are moving mad. You know what I mean? There's two individuals in that group chat that just keep on speaking. You know what I mean? And they're not here. You know what I'm saying to you, man? Imagine that, people, like the cheek. They're always voice knowing. They're always chatting here. But then when it's time to talk, where are they, man? You know what I'm saying? So big up to Traps and Musa. You know what I mean? They'll be joining soon. Big up to Abdelaziz again, man. Showing love again, man. 5 gifted memberships. Whoever got the memberships, hail him up. Big up Abdelaziz, man. He always shows love to everyone. You get me? So big up to my brother and H every time. Faz, how you doing, bro? Everything blessed?
Yeah, man, I'm alive. Listen, everything else is a bonus, innit?
Come on.
I'm alive. Everything else is a bonus, man. Alhamdulillah. That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, man. We have to call out. We call out the manager. We call out the players. We have to call out internal frauds, man.
Yeah.
This guy, this Musa guy, yeah, all humble and everything. You know, these are the type of people that do world domination and politics. These are the type behind the scenes. You know, they do mad politics. The guy voice noted me today in the group chat saying, I'm always there, you know, we're not qualified. I'm always there. If I'm not on Mandem Talk, I'm abroad. You're not abroad, mate. You're in some corner of Croydon, mate, right now. Where are you, pal? Shepherd Bush, where are you, mate? And that other guy, Traps, he's doing back road deals with nitties and whatnot. I'm seeing him send pictures of detergent, washing detergent, Purcell, bigger Purcell on the group chat. Man, I'm not here. One guy's screaming, you know, with the mic, Scott McTominay. Other guys, hashtag not qualified. Both of them not here. I've had enough of them, man. I've had enough of them. That's why I've been calling them out on the group chat, man. Every day, yeah. This guy says, oh, the biryani pundits are back to give their 2 pence. I said, what about you, man?
Facts. 100%, bro. We're gonna discuss, man. We're gonna discuss. Shout out to Rance in the building as well. Rance, big up, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up the panel. Big up the chat, man.
Big up, man.
Big up to Rance, man. Happy belated birthday, man.
Yeah. You know what? Happy belated birthday. You know the one's there. Yeah,
the
man.
Oldest one in the group.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it, man. More life to Rance. You know what I mean? More bad.
I don't think I am, but you know what I mean? Whatever.
You don't have to
I mean, that's
thinking doesn't. You don't have to. Don't think too hard,
bro. Listen, I ain't been to Turkey. That's all I'm saying. You know them.
You don't have to think. No, you don't have to think, innit?
But that's all I'm saying, bro. I ain't been to Turkey, bro.
My knees are not getting electric,
bro. I even eat turkey, bro.
I don't need to get PRP in my knees and my ankles.
I don't even.
Sorry, I don't need to get electrocuted on my thighs just to get stand up. You know, every day.
Turkey. A man are buying plane tickets. That's all I'm saying.
I don't need physio for my arthritis. But fine, you know, it's all right, man. You're the oldest. We have to respect that. Please, you know.
The game, bro. Everyone ages. Not everyone loses their hair.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
It is what it is. Hands up, man. No violence. You know.
Come on, man. The hairline's coming back, man. The hairline's coming back. Big up to my guy Texino in the building. Texino, what you saying, bro?
Big up the Mandem, man. There, man. Trust me, bro. Look, listen. The missus obviously gone down to her mum's house for the weekend, so man's doing that Jadon Sancho freedom. It's free,
freedom.
Come on. Good. Yeah, I'm good right now, man. Big up the Mandem, bro. I Rance, happy belated as well. My Aries brother, man. It's my birthday this weekend as well, man. So big up.
Come on, G. Big up.
Yeah, my God, man, like Danny in the building as well. Danny's here, you know what I mean? He said he doesn't want to talk, but listen, you're going to talk about Onana, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to talk.
I told you, bro, you can't keep dragging me into this.
You drag yourself into this,
man. Big fraud.
Running, I'm drinking on stream. That should tell you everything you need to know.
No.
One, Rant you box, you should be eating turkey. It's leaner, less fat than chicken. So I don't know why you don't eat turkey. You should.
I ain't eat.
Baz, you're a fraud. I can't wait to Musa and Traps if they come today. You're a fraud.
You don't talk.
And for the people who don't know, so the group chat used to be called Suffragettes. The reason why these men are upset is because the new name for the group chat is "We're Not Qualified." That's why they're upset. Yeah, that's why the man there are upset. And as soon as Musa gets those hoodies and t-shirts, I'm copping. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Real talk, real.
Definitely getting that much.
Come on. Have we got Aiden Heaven in the building, or is this Marcel? Shout out to Marcel, man. What you
Well
telling
done, well done. How's everyone been, man? What, Rats, is your birthday? It was your birthday the other day, yeah? Happy birthday, man.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
bro.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
old
big
man. Oh, how old are you now?
God,
Bro,
Oh,
he's
he's young, man. He's young.
bro,
I like
old
this stuff,
enough,
man.
bro. You know them ones there. Old enough, bro.
Old enough.
That's
Nah, I
it.
hear you, I hear you. Big up, big up. But yeah, big up everyone. Big up the chat. Big up Saeed. Big up everyone, man.
Come on.
You gotta discuss football, innit? Big game
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man. I'm gonna start with the Onana situation because boy, man, the manager said he's starting tomorrow, and bro, I can't lie, bro, man. I don't know, man. It's a bit of a mad one still. Listen, Bayende, he made one mistake, but boy, straight out the team, yeah. Is that what we're saying? Straight out the team.
I would like to
Yeah.
on this. Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to start on Onana, so I would like to
Yeah.
bring some evidence.
Okay.
I'm on my evidence bag. Marcel, are
yeah.
you all right?
I see.
Jordan Pickford or Ramsdale, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
Who said
I'm
that?
good, thank you. How are you?
He said he's fine. I'm good.
Are you
Yeah.
are you okay, bro?
Rotted.
Yeah, I'm good. What is the point that you're trying to make? We're looking at the situation with the football club, and we need a goalkeeper at the helm to stabilize. Obviously, Ramsdale, I believe, is going to be relegated this season, so that would be an affordable price for a goalkeeper. And Pickford's also somebody that I think will just, we're looking for Premier League proven. I think now that's the kind of direction you kind of want to go into in terms of any sort of player. And honestly, for me, it would have been Diogo Costa if I had a choice in world football, but that's going to be an astronomical price, Faz. So for me, I'm looking at Premier League, can do a better job than Onana, is not going to make as many calamitous mistakes as Onana and Bayende. Pickford understands the league, Ramsdale understands the league, and they both can kind of play that possession football a little bit better than David De Gea. And haven't got the saving ability. We clearly can see now that we've dropped in terms of the saving ability from Onana to David De Gea. But in terms of playing out from the back, they both are kind of have that acumen. And in terms of the saving side, they're a little bit better, and a lot better than Onana. So you kind of got a balance.
Yeah, no, listen, I can't lie to you, man. I don't know what you're smoking, bro, but listen, yeah, no, brother, listen, them two keepers are not it, bro. Like Pickford, for me, yeah, cool. He doesn't make mistakes as much as Onana, but he ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, he ain't it. And Ramsdale definitely isn't it, bro. We don't want no, bro. The guy failed at Arsenal for a reason, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't think he failed. I think
he did fail, bro. If you literally lose your number one position to a keeper, you have failed at your job because you were meant to be that number one. Onana has failed to convince that he's better than De Gea. Is he failed? Yes or no?
Yeah. So okay. So you went from different angles there. I don't feel so. Firstly, let's address the first part of what you're saying there. So Arteta had a choice to make and an opinion. I think a lot of the Arsenal fans wouldn't say to you if you asked them that Ramsdale failed. I think it was a matter of trusting their manager, upgrading the current situation of goalkeeper. That Ramsdale was doing well, but could have done better, and they thought for them to take themselves to the next level. Then
he was making mistakes.
Yeah, and I believe so did Rare at the beginning as well. So did Rare at the beginning as well.
Countless mistakes as well. You got to think about it. You got to think about it. Them man there, they don't concede too many chances the way we do, bro. Yeah. If we go and get Ramsdale, bro, he's gonna be under more pressure.
But this one problem.
That's a holistic problem there, TJ. In terms of like that includes the defense as well. You're speaking about also improving our defensive side of things as well, which also needs an improvement, TJ. Like, I agree with TG. I understand that as well, but like, I think we don't have a lot of money to spend. We really don't have a lot of money to spend. So I'm trying to think about the best affordable prices and situations that would make sense. You can't afford to spend upwards of 50-60 million on a new goalkeeper for me. So I think Ramsdale is affordable and knows the league, and I think Pickford also. I think
then you're just getting a new keeper for keeper's sake, then, bro. Yeah, you just trading mistakes for mistakes.
Here's my issue. There's a few things. Marcel always has to just try and steal people's reality. He wasn't doing well. Why do you say stuff like that? I don't understand, bro. He wasn't doing well. Why are you saying he was doing well when he wasn't? It's not even a debate thing. Like, he weren't doing well. What are we talking about here? That is the definition of a sideways move. When Arsenal challenged for the title, he basically was like Onana for us in the first season. Onana's worse this season. Yeah. Go look at the errors he made leading to goals, and then if you actually watch the games, the stuff he got away with that weren't recorded statistically. he was bad for them. He was really bad for them. He wasn't doing well at all. But by the way, this links back to what me and Musa was saying last week. They challenged with a bad goalkeeper. But you don't think if we have a better defense, a better midfield, and a better attack, we can't leave Onana until whenever we leave him to replace? Of course you can. Yeah,
No,
of course you can. Of course you can. Yes, you can.
He's making
Yes, you
unforced errors,
can.
bro. He's making
No,
unforced
I
errors.
know that, Saeed, but the reality is the outfield is just as bad as the goalkeeper. And the outfield is actually more important. You know what people forget with the David De Gea revisionism?
It's important,
People
man.
forget Jose crashed with De Gea in goal. Oli crashed with De Gea in goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he was better than Onana.
Exactly. So what does that tell you? In the grand scheme of things, your outfield is more important. That's the point. It's
No,
not
the
saying
keeper's
Onana's
got to be
good.
good.
It's not saying we're going to win a title. I'm not saying we're going to win a title with Onana. I'm not saying he should be here in 2-3 seasons. What I'm saying is, I asked Rants last week, from 1 to 5, where's the priority? It's number 5. We've got a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
But you look at the game the other night, yeah, and yeah, cool. Lyon played their game, but we could have went out there with a 2-1. Who cost
maybe.
it?
Yeah, do you
That's
think
right.
Ramsdale or Pickford, Danny, makes those mistakes? I don't think it's a sideways move. I think you're stealing a lot of realities there. Hold on, let me finish.
I didn't
You're
say
not.
that. You made
Hold on.
something
Hold
up.
on.
I didn't
Hold
say
on.
that.
You're not letting me finish speak. So
But I
let
didn't say. I'm
absorb
not
it in
going
your
to let you
brain.
finish speak when you make
Hold
something
on.
up.
Hold on, because I haven't said. I haven't finished speaking.
When did I say that?
Thank you, Said.
When
I
did I
haven't
say
finished
that?
speaking. Please, you said that I was stealing a lot of realities.
No, but when did I say what you just said? And you're going to say you didn't say it. I'm going to let you finish, and I'll be back in a second.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Stay there.
Thank you. Oh, he's running away.
No, he's
So-
just
So at the end of the day, he's stealing a lot of realities. It's very simple. You know, that's not a sideways move. Okay, everybody, the chat. I know you all heard what was said, and he said
Bro,
it
I'm
incorrectly.
shutting my windows so my neighbors don't hear me verbally abusing you. Carry on. I literally shut my windows. Carry on.
That's a quick shutting of the window. So anyway,
Yeah, very quick.
So anyway, you're stealing realities in the sense of it's very simple, guys. Ramsdale and Pickford for me are better goalkeepers than Onana. So that clearly is not a sideways move, is it? It's in a progression, is it not? Can everybody on the panel agree to that?
Oh my god, man! That's
what
what logic is crazy.
But Saeed, I'm using his logic. He's saying it's a sideways move, Saeed. So then I'm asking the question directly. Then Saeed, is Onana a progression? Is Ramsdale or Pickford a progression from Onana? Yes or no?
No,
it's not a sideways move. Oh, you don't think?
I think it is a sideways move.
I think it's a sideways move, Rand.
We need
I
to
think
upgrade.
it's a sideways
Wait,
move
Saeed,
because
don't let him skip to Rand
they're not
before I
top
speak, bro.
goalkeepers.
That's what he's doing.
They're not top goalkeepers, yeah. Like I'd say they're the same tier of goalkeepers. They're just not good. Like it's sideways. Like Pickford, Ramsdale, Onana, they're all goalkeepers that I don't rate, bro. They all have different strengths, but it's all the same, bro. Like bringing in Pickford doesn't make us a better team, and bringing in Ramsdale don't make us a better team. I still think we're the same level team with these guys in goal, bro.
I think Rant. I think the reason why I disagree with that is I think the Onana makes way more errors leading to goals. I think his fundamentals are way worse. The saving abilities are way worse. So when you get somebody that understands the league, Rant, in Pickford and Ramsdale, they improve a little bit of what you're expecting from your goalkeeper. Do you understand? I'm not stealing realities by saying that. I think I'm actually adding to the conversation by saying these two add a little bit better to what you're trying to do with your team. And they have elements that David De Gea didn't really have. David De Gea couldn't play out from the back. Pickford can do it a little bit better than David De Gea. Ramsdale can play a little bit better than David De Gea from the back. Yes, they don't have the saving acumen of David De Gea. I can agree with that fully. But Onana, just as time has gone on, he's kind of showed us that he just...
Are you here for the little improvements before Danny comes in? Because I don't see that gap being a big improvement. You're just here for that little improvement over Onana.
Yeah, especially when we're looking at the picture holistically, Saeed. When you're looking at the financial situation of our football club, we cannot afford to spend the money that I would like to spend on a Diogo Costa, where he makes the vast improvement and the vast jump. You have to do the sensible business in a Ramsdale, the sensible business in a Pickford. There's other sensible... Somebody else here and people in the chat will also give me another...
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm crazy.
Oh, no, I don't think Ramsdale is sensible.
I'm not against it. I
don't think Ramsdale is
sensible.
I think Pickford's more sensible because he's at Everton, yeah. He ain't played for Arsenal or whatever. Ramsdale's already played for Arsenal and failed. So to me, yeah, that's not sensible. At least Pickford, hasn't been given the step up. We don't know if he can do it or not. But one thing we do know about Ramsdale is that he didn't survive at Arsenal, and it wasn't the Arsenal team that he went into wasn't the Arsenal team that it is now that are in the Champions League and challenging for the title. It was an Arsenal team that was trying to get top 4, and he still wasn't. And he still wasn't good enough.
The evidence that Faz gave you, Rant, sorry to cut you there, but the evidence that Faz gave, it mentioned me saying that Pickford is my preference. So no problem.
Danny, go ahead. You're going to say something, bro.
Yeah, so the point that he made when I said he's still in reality was that he was doing well at Arsenal. He wasn't. You said, I think he would, like, if we, something about the Lyon game. I never mentioned the Lyon game or said, I didn't say nothing about the Lyon game. So I don't know why you brought that up like I said it. So you made something up. I don't know why you're making stuff up and putting words in my mouth. The reason why it's a sideways moves is very, very simple. Why have we gone from De Gea to Onana to another goalkeeper we know we're going to have to replace? That is illogical to me. I've seen that at Man United before. And funny enough, Saeed, it backs up my point about the outfield. So Alex Ferguson went from Schmeichel to Bosnich and Taibbi. I'm freestyling, so I might get the order wrong. Then he went to, Barthez, Roy Carroll, Tim Howard, I believe.
Howard, yeah.
Before we got to Van der Sar. All those goalkeepers in between Schmeichel and Van der Sar were sideways moves. Because we had the greatest manager and a great outfield, we got away with it. We don't have the greatest manager no more, and we don't have Scholes, Giggs, and all the man to rely on while we're rebuilding. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So that makes it even worse of a sideways move, because your outfield ain't right. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Why am I replacing what type of plan is that? I'm going to sign this goalkeeper because the current one's a problem, knowing I'm going to have to replace him in 2 to 3 seasons. You go into it knowing you're going to have to replace him. That makes no sense to me. That's the definition of a sideways move. You want to sign a goalkeeper. The objective is we need a number one that's going to be a top player and our goalkeeper for the next. It's a goalkeeper position, by the way. If he's a good goalkeeper, that's your goalkeeper for 5-7 years.
Yeah.
That's the aim, and that's not Ramsdale or Pickford, in my opinion.
Saeed, you're on mute.
You're on mute. Yeah, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. We can't really do no sideways moves now. We've had a lot of losses. Even this Ogate one for me is a sideways move.
I was just thinking of him as well.
Nah, because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Because at the day now, we brought him, not really kind of used him well now, and we're not looking to maybe use him well in the future. And when you look at the Premier League, I'm like, is it gonna work with having one almost attribute or one or two good attributes in your game, bro? We just get all around good midfielders, bro. Like, just go and get me a competent midfielder that can do the basics, progress the ball, tiny possession. You know what I mean? Just like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, just give me that.
It should have been Sanderberg. That's who it should have been. And they died, bro. Ugarte is a squad player. That's someone you spend 30 million on to do a Dan James thing, bro. Like, that's what you spend 30 million on, Ugarte, bro. Ugarte is so limited. And the things that he's good at, they're not even really that important if you're a good football team. That's why PSG got rid of it, because them attributes are not important if you've got good players, bro. Like that's relegation attributes, bro.
Yeah. Let me say this quickly on the goalkeeper as well. Back then, when we went for Barthez, and then we got rid of Barthez, and then we got Howard, and then we got Van der Sar. Those times, how long was Barthez in Man United? 2-3 years, wasn't he? I think 2-3 seasons.
You missed the part before that. Have you forgotten about Taibbi and Bosnich?
But even before then, how long did we keep keepers back then? We didn't keep keepers long for back then after Schmeichel left.
They all got about 2 seasons roughly.
Right.
Like,
they weren't
Max.
Good. Yeah, and that's Max. We had Lindegaard in there as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're not in a position now where I don't see us being in a position now where we're going to be able to go rinse through these keepers. I've not seen the data from Ineos to be able to do that. If they're selling some of the big name players this season, like let's say they bite the bullet with Mason Mount, they bite the bullet with Rasmus and all of these, then I can say, you know what? Okay, the hiring and firing of players is fine. But we're not, and you made a very good point that outfield players have to be good enough so the goalkeeping deficiency isn't highlighted enough, because your outfield is so good. Arsenal have been able to do that because with their back line. They've gotten rid of the goalkeeper and they still maintain a level of position in the league. And that's my thing.
They've actually got worse because the outfield got worse. The outfield didn't go up a level because they challenged with Ramsdale that one season, but that's when everybody was fit, Partey was fit, etc., etc. Jesus started the season well and started getting injuries. Because of the problems they've had in the market, that's where they are. It's not even because of the goalkeeper. Raya's better than Ramsdale, but yet they're not challenging. They're probably going to finish with a worse points total. Why? Because of the outfield. The outfield will always be more important than that one goalkeeper. And Faz said something. Faz is gone, But you see the rinsing goalkeepers. There's a club that's done that. Chelsea. Not too long ago, people thought Mendy was a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Gone. They ran through. I forgot all the goalkeepers they've had. They ran through them.
Yeah, they've got 7 right now. Anyway, you know what I'm
They
saying?
ran through their goalkeepers. I think they're going to sell Sanchez. Sanchez has had a bad season, by the way.
Yeah, they'll sell Sanchez at the end of the season.
And yeah, we're at Chelsea 4th. Why? Because of their outfield and mainly their midfield and Jackson, because their wingers are not good. Their defense is crap. But I keep telling man, the outfield is more important than one goalkeeper because it's 11. 10
I don't
players.
believe. Yeah, but I don't believe placing Onana in pecking orders is what we need to be thinking right now. I think if the offer comes in the summer, we get rid of him, no matter how, like, where priorities are and whatnot. If a bid comes in, sell that brother. Simple as that, man. It's not a case of waiting. Oh, we've got to wait for that maybe to striker to. Nah, get rid of him. If a bid comes in, get rid of him. And the manager cannot be, because I don't want, if the manager still is in or the next manager comes in, to be accounting for Onana's mistakes, because they've been so glaring, Mandem. We don't need to be saying, oh, you know what, yeah, but I still back him. I'm like, nah, I don't want a keeper to be keep saying I'm backing. I just want a keeper to be that good, or not even that good, just be competent that you don't even talk about him. Ortega, does anyone talk about Ortega? Ortega is a standard decent goalkeeper that does what maybe a lot of keepers should be doing right now. He's good on the ball, good shot stopper. You know what I mean? He's not a specialist in anything, but he's competent at most things. Just give me that sort of keeper, bro. Simple.
Saeed, I agree with everything you just said there, but did you just say next manager? Are you trying to insinuate, suggest, highlight a potential of anything?
If did you not hear the if?
No, I'm just saying. I'm making a
it's
point
a reality,
of it right
bro.
now.
Listen, I'm not. I get what you're trying to say. I know you because I know the message you've been sending me. But what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, like it could be the manager could not be here next year. It's foreseeable. Like, what are we doing here? We'll have our worst season ever. What are you talking about, bro? If we don't win the Europa League, the manager could be gone. You never know.
Yeah, after tomorrow, everything might be written off. All the plans that you have, and then you're going into summer. Thinking like, bro, what am I actually gonna do with Doku? Like, what am I gonna do with Ugarte now? Like, what am I gonna do with some of these players that we've got? How do we get new players to fit in with these current players, and also hire a manager that will be able to transition these players into his system and philosophy as well? If Ineos pulled the plug on Amorim. So you gotta be careful. That's why these Pickford and Ramsdale, this thing with they know the Prem. Yeah, they know how to get pumped in the Prem, bro. That's what the data says.
Dorgu can play left-sided centre back or left wing back, and maybe could potentially play right wing back. But he could definitely play left-sided centre back. Hold on, TG. Let me just finish it. Then we can all go and jump in. Ugarte can also play in both of the central midfield places. So again, I hear what you're saying, Faz. But Sir Jim said he's definitely sticking with Ruben, and I believe we should be backing Ruben next season and through and beyond. So I this ifs and buts and these touching around the houses, the sugarcoating it. No, the focus should be how can we improve and spend money in the right direction this summer, and we should all be trying to find players and footballers that help add to this football club this summer in a 3-4-3 formation. There's no other manager that's going to be the right manager for this job.
Question: I don't get your point. When you're talking about Dorgu, I could get onto you for the Dorgu left centre back thing. But when you said that Dorgu can play left centre back, Ugarte can play both sides of central midfield, what's your point? I actually don't get your point.
Oh well, Faz was talking about what are we going to do with Ugarte, what are we going to do with Dorgu, and then he's insinuating that potentially there could be a new manager coming in and the midst of that. So I'm saying, what are you talking about? The focus should be on this manager and on this process. And Dorgu looks like he's a fixed left wing back, but this manager could also convert him into a left-sided centre-back. This manager could potentially see him as a right wing-back. He's been very early in his process at this football club, Danny. Same with Ugarte. It's been extremely
early.
That's a separate
point. If Amorim stays, then I get that point, innit? But
yeah, that's the only direction I'm talking in, my friend, is what I'm trying to say to you. There's
but Dorgu left centre-back, Ugarte, that sounds as if you're talking in the event a manager goes. Guys can play those.
I don't believe in manager go.
Okay.
I don't believe in it, is what I'm saying to you.
But either way, like, you think that's a good thing? Like, Ugarte, you think that's a good thing, what you mentioned there?
What, a guy playing in the center of the park?
Ugarte in general and Dorgu left centre back.
I believe they're both very good squad players, and this is a squad game. You know, football is a squad
Why
game.
do you think they're very good squad players? Maybe not Ugarte, man. I can't. But why do you think Dorgu's a very good squad player? Based on what?
I've seen. He's been shaky in the last few games. And been confident enough to beat his opponent in the wing areas and 1v1s. He's not been brilliant, but when he was playing well, first couple of games, you could see the potential there of what he can bring, the physical attributes.
Did he play well? You thought he played well?
Not for the whole 90 minutes, but in spells he has played well for the first couple of games that he was playing, and then now he's very much nervous.
But very good squad player. Do you even know what does that mean? Very good.
I don't get that.
You know what it is? You know what it is, yeah? This is a language thing, innit? I mean, you like semantics. When you say very good squad player, what you're explaining don't match up with my definition. And that makes me question why your definition is just weird, bro. Like, there's no evidence for Dorgu being anything other than underwhelming, and I'll be polite and leave it at that. But to say a very good squad player is like a Jota at Liverpool who scores goals on a regular basis. That's what you call a very good squad player. Yeah. So how does Dorgu
without stealing off as well? Without stealing off as well. If he had like credit in the bank and there was like a body of work that Dorgu had done, you could say he's a very good squad player.
But even if you saw the competency, like, listen, I want the kid to prove me wrong. I'm not going to blame him. I said last time I'll blame Ineos because why did you do that in the first place when you got rid of two attackers? But I see a very raw football player who's probably going to suffer if he's the number one left wing back or number one.
I agree.
Do you know what it is?
Very obvious.
I think
maybe
the
pressure off the kid.
I think
he's not going to be the number one.
Maybe you mean physically in terms of his attributes. We don't really have much physical, powerful players in it. So maybe you're banking your hopes on his physical attributes that he can end up being somebody that can be helpful for this team. But obviously, he's not proven yet anyway, to be fair.
Yeah,
and attributes.
And the positions that he can play as well, or that I'm suggesting he can play anyway right now. So I'm saying he can play in more than one position, which is going to help the squad in the 3-4-3 system. And I'm saying he's showed glimpses of good kind of attributes for the Premier League game.
I think that's his only
position.
So
from that premise, I'm saying he's a very good squad player. You're comparing it to a full-flying Liverpool system that added Jota and a very astute, a very accomplished footballer that was from Wolves to thing, and you're saying that's a very good squad player. I understand the level that you're speaking to, but that's not the level that Manchester United have currently been at for X amount of years now. So when we're talking about our process and where we're at right now, a good squad player for us, and my definition of that is a footballer that can play multiple positions and shows characteristics and attributes within that system.
Okay. You're making him sound like James Milner or something, though.
Bro, man said, the thing is, right, we need to just let Dorgu just play football, man. Like, man needs to see something from Dorgu.
I'm sorry.
That's what we need to do.
That is, you're being delusional. That is Man United. It is what it is. We're trying to go somewhere. It's football's unfair. Yeah? It's an unfair game, bro. It's not fair. So all that stuff Marcel is saying for our level, I'm not trying to be 13th next season. So in fact, you've already told me you don't really rate him deep down. If you're telling me he's a very good squad player for where we are, we're 14th. Why would I rate a player or listen to you speak positively about a player that's a very good squad player in a 14th level team based off what you've just said now?
Because
who would be positive about that? There's nothing to be positive about. We're 14th. He's a good squad player in a 14th team.
No, I think there's plenty to be positive about there. So
nothing of what you said before. You have to say new things, but not of what you said before.
No, plenty of what I just said before.
Based off what we are, he's a very good. Those were your words, bro. Based off what we are, we're 14th. Did I imagine he said that? Am I making this up?
But from that premise, there's plenty to still be positive of, Danny, if you just let me finish. So the fact that we are 14th now, he's still a young footballer and he can progress onwards. So from that position, left centre back, right wing back, left wing back, he can go on to be a top footballer that can play in a top 4 team at Manchester United Football Club. I also said to you as well before previously, something that I need to add now, funny enough, Danny, that, we can basically get him as a second string player. So you can have, is it Kerekes from Bournemouth? That's somebody that I would like to be the first team.
Yeah.
The first, like you need other players. That's part of why he's a squad player. So it's very simple to me. You just have to see it differently. That's all.
Yeah.
Bro, bench him.
Listen, we need to upgrade and whatnot and get the quality of this team, man. Like Danny says, man. Like, man, I need players that are ready now. I'm sick of this potential now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
we need to
if we're not buying players to like shoot up the table, and I mean shoot up it, well, what are we doing?
Yeah, I agree.
Then why were we excited? Why were we gassing up Dogu signing then? And
You
now
gassed it
people
up.
are saying he's a potential signing.
I think for what the price was, we always knew it was going to be for the future. No one knew. No one thought
30 mil.
No, it was 24 million, not 30 million, 24 million. So we knew it's going to be potential. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, we're going to buy 2 left backs anyway. Like, it weren't a case of just buying 1 left wing back. It was always going to be United needed to go and get 2 left backs. You know, 1 for now, and then maybe 1 that can come in and straight away prove it. Like maybe a Kirkes. For me, also a what's the Wolves guy? What's his name again? Who's it? Nori.
Yeah,
You know,
Nori.
someone of
So
that ilk.
here's the problem, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna double up in that position when we have like 6 other problems. Is that what you're telling me?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shift people on.
Yeah, I think Ineos might let you down in the end again, bro.
This is where we got to put the pressure on, innit? It's not. I'm just saying what needs to be done. It's not my job to go out there and scout and do what you need to do and trim the squad. Like, there are going to be a lot of players that need to leave.
But this kind of goes back to my goalkeeper thing. You bought a left back, and now we all pretty much say we're gonna have to go get another left back. When we need
and just on that premise though, Saeed, as well, you don't even believe in priority, Saeed. So ultimately, the end goal is to have 2 sets of Galacticos for each position. So how do you get it? Like what I mean by that then, Saeed, before you deny what I'm trying to say, before you even take it in, you need 2 world-class players in each position. That's the ultimate goal that you're trying to get to. That's what I mean by that. So however you get about it in your world, Saeed, it doesn't matter. So there is a process and a priority system for that, Danny. But however we get about that, it needs to be 2 top class players in each position. There is a priority system though for that, Danny. I hear what you're saying. You know, the predicament means that you might need this one immediately now and that one immediately later. Yeah. But ultimately, you need 2 world-class players in each position. It's very simple.
I wouldn't even say you need like world class. I think you could just get players in like Kirkes isn't world class. You know, all these guys, and the guy from
Wolves.
Bro,
not even that. How many world-class players in the Premier League, bro? Maybe 5 in total, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just need stability, man. We just need
stability. Bro, ability, bro. Just give me good players, bro.
That's what we need. Stability.
Like, you don't have to always quantify players by if they're world-class or not and whatever. Like, I mean, just give me good, competent players, bro, that I know. Give me Premier League proven players. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Give me Premier League. What they've mashed up work in the Premier League. Stay here. And don't even go outside the Premier League. Don't even have to do anything. Just stay in the Premier League and go and get the talent there. You know, there are talent in the Premier League. That's why we link with Delap and Cunha. Them 2, you know, Delap's shown it, you know, this season. Again, it might be only 1 season, but you can see the ability is there. You know, you're looking at Cunha. The ability for the last 2 seasons has been there. He's shown up, done it. You feel me? So go and do it, man. I mean, rather than going maybe outside of the league and then playing another Ugarte for 60, 70 million. Because that's what they're going to do. These teams where they say, oh, you're looking for a midfielder, say no more. How much you pay for Ugarte? Yeah, say less. Yeah, we'll go pay that one. So that's where I'm on right now. For me personally, anyway. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. There's a couple of super chats that came through. Musa and Danny must be concussed. It's the only way to explain defending the worst keeper in United's history. Onana still starting comedy club. Big up Adam says good squad player probably means he's not as good as starters, but you'll blame the players for underachieving. So surely that doesn't make sense. A 25 million player left back sounds like a failed transfer. Big up to NBA Summarize. The dog has played 10 matches and he's a scrub. Yeah, I'm a fraud, has coached us since November, and we need to trust what he does. None of this logic makes sense. Big up the panel. Big up Saeed. I said, I'm a fraud, you know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, listen, people might call him a fraud at the end of the season. You know what I mean? If he doesn't win the Europa League, man. How's everyone feeling, man? Ahead of tomorrow, man. You know
This
what I
is
mean?
my main issue, Saeed, with everything, bro. People are going on. 6 months isn't a long time, bro. 6 months, bro. Like 6 months of doing any job is a long time, bro. Probation period usually 3 months at a job. 6 months is, bro, you should be settled in, and do you know what I mean? 6 months is mental, bro. So when people are saying like, oh, he ain't got his players, and he didn't just get here, bro. It feels like he's been here all season, because it might as well be all season. It might as well be. I'll be real. When he came in, we were 4 points off top 4 here, and in all the cup competitions, and we're out of all of them, and we're 14th.
Your rants. If a player starts 27 Premier League matches, that's a first team player who's a regular, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's how many games he's going to manage in the Premier League by the end of the season, pretty much around that number.
Yeah, but people are saying it's not long enough to see whether.
No, bro, it's not, bro. You can't judge him. You're not allowed to. You can't judge him.
You listen.
We're not allowed to. We're not allowed to.
I think for me,
bro, we can't, bro. It's the player's fault.
That's not the player's fault, man. It's not all down to play. There's an element of coaching that Amorim has failed. The results have shown it. You know what I mean? You need to get results. It's a results-based business. So there's an element of coaching that's failed. It's just where do you
There's no coaching that's failed, bro. It's the system. Everything's about the system. It's 2025. You man need to update to the new way of thinking about football. It's about the system. And if you don't have the players for the system, you can't judge the manager, even if he manages.
No, you can judge him. You still can judge him.
Nah, bro, you can't, bro. You can't.
You still can judge him. You know what I mean? Like, listen.
He's being sarcastic, man. He's being sarcastic.
I know he is. I know he is. I get what he's trying to do. I get what he's trying to do. But for me, for me, I'm not like Marcel. I get Marcel. Marcel's a very passionate fan who believes in sticking by the manager always. The principles always. You know what I mean? Marcel, you said to me next season is a free hit. You know, so that's where you're at in terms of levels.
Next season.
Yeah, you told me next season a free hit.
Yeah. Next season is a free hit.
So that's why I didn't want to. That's why I wanted it's a passing comment, guys. I don't want you to like focus on that.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, it's what it is, but for me, like I said, the manager, this manager here, and I look at the Europa League. This is a big thing for him, bro. Like I really do, because I feel like that's where I feel like it could swing for him. It could show, you know what? He's won a cup and he's gone into next season with a little bit of positivity. If he carries on, especially in the Premier League as well, and we're losing, Ineos have that period of time. And I remember under Ten Hag, they had that period of time, remember, with the Crystal Palace game. What other games did we lose like badly and they were looking like they were going to sack him? There was a couple in that period, remember?
Yeah, I
Ineos
remember
were like,
that,
they were thinking.
That Palace one was dark, man.
And,
that Palace
it was dark, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, they looked at that cup as being almost like, you know what? We're going to look at it in that way. If he doesn't win the Europa League and he's out tomorrow, we're out tomorrow, and we do keep on losing and there's no progression, it does leave a lot to, like, it is. I fear for him. I really do. You know what I mean? And nobody can say that if he was to be sacked by the end of it, he didn't deserve it, because the results and the performances have been a disgrace collectively under his reign. And
it's a difficult situation, man. Do you know what it is? It's a difficult situation. I think because of how they dealt with the Ten Hag thing, the way they took long and then they realized it was a mistake and all of that stuff, they should have got rid of him sooner. I feel like we kind of don't know where their minds are at, but it looks like they want to still back him and take him into the next season as well. But because we don't understand our owners yet, it's hard to kind of think where we're at. Do you know what I mean? So I get both sides, innit? If he got sacked tomorrow, I understand. If we keep him, I understand. That's where I'm at, kind of thing, innit? Like, I do want to see him provided with a bit more facilities just to see what he does with it as well. But I can understand as to why he needs to get more of what we're doing now, because we need to see his skills. I think I was watching the other show, one of the other shows that Adam was on, and Adam mentioned the fact that we need a manager that's not a magician, but someone that works wonders, where you know he's doing it. That the way because we're winning, he's done it. He's set up the players in a certain way. Look how he's instructed these guys, and it would be nice to see that. We're all smart enough to know that if the manager's good enough, it doesn't matter what players players it is, you can see their effect on the team. You can see their vision and whatever. And I can see bits of Ruben's vision a little bit, but at the same time, there's just certain things that he persists in doing that's quite frustrating. But I'm just not at that stage where I'm just thinking, ban him, but he needs to cut. I just feel like I want to see him with some players and whatever, but I get it. It's hard for me, man. I'm just in the middle.
You know, for me, yeah, I'm the same as you. I really want to hear from Marcel, because I don't think he's done enough for me as a manager to be fully convinced with what he's done. But I believe that he deserves a summer window.
A shot, yeah.
But I really want to know from Marcel, like, what have you seen to be like, yo, we should be firmly behind this manager, and you are all deluded, basically, and we don't know what we're talking about. Go on, Marcel.
Can I say 2 pence? Hold on. Can I say 2?
Sorry, let me hear from you. Let me hear from you first. Let me before you come in. Go on, Marcel.
I wouldn't go as far as saying everyone's deluded. It's just you can only go off the past side and everyone else. I think we've gone through this process of consistently sacking a manager and not letting him carry out his vision for a long enough period. I think that's been a big issue with our football club. And I think this manager has shown us that he's done something on a progression from the last two managers, or especially the last manager. He's stuck to his principle. I think that's an important thing. So he's inherited a squad that's not his squad. You know, I thought that the players, my personal conviction was that these players could easily adapt to that system. And they couldn't. You know, we've been proven that, and that's the results of this season, that they couldn't do that. And that's perfectly fine. This manager prepared us for that. I was preparing you all for the suffering period last time with the last manager. So I understand that to be a reality, though. I understand that you do suffer at the beginning of building a monarchy, a consistent period of winning football. You know, you do suffer at that beginning. It's early adaptation. I think it was somebody said, no, Rants, I think it was, that said about probation periods. In a probation period, you make mistakes. There's a teething period to your work. There's going to be a teething period to the work that's happening right now. And you're seeing that transpire in a result. He hasn't had an opportunity to have that window, like you said, Saeed, and that's clear as day. So he needs that summer window, and we need to be backing him in that direction of travel. I think once he gets that direction of travel, certain aspects of players coming in, I'm very happy with how things are happening now, because we can clearly see the players that are surplus to requirements already. We can clearly see it. Delo looks like he's surplus to requirements. You know, Maguire seems like he's useful, but he's not going to be first, second, or third, maybe even fourth choice centre back. You know, Bruno looks like he's useful, but not that useful in the 10. You can upgrade the kind of type of 10 in the tight spaces and doing the shuttle runs. Ugarte looks useful as a squad player, not a world-class, dynamic Roy Keane-esque 8, but he looks like he's got a hustle and bustle to him. Casemiro looks like he's relatively useful, but I think doesn't have the legs to play beyond 60 minutes. Garnacho still, to this moment and time, cannot play on the inside and the outside as a 10. It's like, our managers specifically, Rhino's talking about aspects of a manager. Our manager has shown us that he's found a way to use Garnacho as a 10. Keep him out wide at all times. Get a fullback to play inside for him. Do this, do that. The strikers, we can see it's fought by hook or by crook, but he's been forced to play Højlund. Højlund is not good enough. He tried to play Cheeto.
May I stop you there? Because you backed Eric till the day he left.
Yeah.
Who designed this whole program that we're watching. He bar the couple players that Ineos brought in. Even then, Eric was still here. Even after then. So you backed him to the day he left, which is this season. Let's not forget. And now you blaming the players whilst saying you've seen from the manager. Now, I'm going to help you. Whilst I say that, I'm going to help you. You see how we all sat here and said that we needed a manager that at least stick to the plan. Yeah. Stick to the plan. That means stick to the plan. So that's one. He sticks to the plan. So you can credit him for that. Number two, that you cannot fault, regardless of what he says what he says, and you pick up on what he says because we're losing. But number one, which is the most important, Amad Diallo. The entire Man United world came to a collapse because Amad Diallo wasn't playing. And he's the manager who came in and showed at least this much level of common sense to play Amad Diallo over the other players. The other one, he does rectify his mistakes. It takes him long, but he does rectify them. He played the dice with Kobe on the false nine, then he rectified it. He done it with Bruno, then he rectified it. He done it with Zirkzee, then rectified it. He does rectify his mistakes, right? He had the cojones to say, Rashford, see you later. Anthony, see you later. Like, these are the players that all of us were sick of. No matter what it is, we were sick of. We just wanted to see them under different light. That's all the difference was. Yeah, the pitch doesn't change. None of this changes. So you can give him credit for these little things. His data in big games is there as well. Of course you can. But, you know, Marcel, with all due credit, you were the one that, you know, backed up our last manager who designed all of this in the first instance.
So you haven't helped me at all there.
No, Marcel, can I add to that?
Hold on, Rhino. Hold on, Rhino, please.
It's a balance. It's a balance, Marcel.
Hold on, add the context.
Hold on, Rhino, please. Hold on. You can add it after.
I'm going to help. I'm going to give you a quick transition, yeah? Do you think you backed Ten Hag too long, though?
You haven't helped me at all there.
No, Marcel, quick question. Do you think you made a mistake in how long you backed Ten Hag? Because I want to kind of find out what your level of thinking is in comparing.
Well, he said this is a free hit, bro. That's all you need to know, man.
So do you feel like you don't feel like you backed Ten Hag too long? Do you feel like they took too long to sack him?
I'm going to come to you around in a nanosecond. Yeah. So, Faz, you haven't helped me at all there. The first point was something that I would addressed. And then the second point about rectifying things is I didn't even mention it. So there was no help there. But thank you for the comment. And then what you're saying, though, Rhino, on the whole aspect of me backing Ten Hag too long, I believe that a manager needs 3 seasons. I really do. I think
no matter what the performances.
No matter what,
yeah, well, almost, Rhino.
Okay,
I think that's where I'm at, almost, Rhino, because you see, with what we've done on the previous seasons, it's been 2 years cut. This was about to be 6 months. A lot of people are giving him 6 months, Rhino. That's atrocious behavior.
How long did Moyes get?
Atrocious behavior, in my opinion.
No, how long did he get? Though?
Because I've heard you back in.
How long did Moyes get?
I think it was single digit months, I believe.
And this guy's doing worse than Moyes.
So no, I hear you, but atrocious behavior.
So we gotta be consistent.
Well, I don't think so.
Because we're on course for a lot. If we win all the games left, we still finish with our lowest points tally in Premier League history.
Yeah, but I think
we will. Yes.
Sir Alex mentioned that
he's worse than Moyes.
If you cannot back them when they're losing, you cannot back them when they're winning, or you shouldn't be supporting them when they're winning, rants. And I think
that sounds really philosophical.
Alex's story rants.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm winning, then you don't back me. That's cool. I'm winning, bro. Who cares?
So Alex's story rants was one of at the beginning losing for a long period of time before he got it right. And I think that's something that we need to understand. I think
you don't even understand it.
Football's changed,
you don't
bro.
understand it. You don't understand it. So why are you telling me to? You don't understand it. Name me 5 managers in the league in 1988. Name me 5.
You
can't. Who were the top strikers? Who were the top teams?
I don't need to.
No, because you don't understand it. Don't tell me I need to understand something you don't understand. You don't know what Alex Ferguson walked into. All you know is that he weren't winning. You don't actually know why. You don't know the landscape of the league. Do you even know where Man United finished in his first season or the second season? Do you know why he got under pressure? You don't even know. So don't tell me. Don't tell me
he's getting recycled, bro.
Are you telling me you understand it?
No, I only understand a little bit of it. I understand it on paper.
Okay, so we both don't understand it. So what I understand from it. So what I understand from it.
Let me ask you.
I can tell you what I understand from it.
Let me answer the question properly. Yeah. All I know is what's on paper. But I don't have no context. I didn't live through it. I did not see it. I don't know what happened in 98, 89, 90. I don't know that first division. I don't know it. All I know is he came in, he weren't winning. I think he finished 3rd or 4th one season, the 11th the next season, and that's why he was under pressure. Yeah? That's all I know. But I don't know who the top strikers were, who the top managers were other than Clough. I don't know nothing. So I can't speak on it with any authority. So when I hear you say those words, so Alex Ferguson worked, so we need to understand these. You don't even understand it, rude boy. You don't even understand.
Do you? But I'm trying to tell you what I understand from it.
I can acknowledge that. You should. You should acknowledge. You shouldn't be saying that because you don't understand it. You don't.
No, you cannot tell me what I can and cannot say.
Listen. Marcel's gonna be.
And if you're scared of how I speak, in an authoritative way, in your opinion, because I haven't said that,
you scared, rude boy. You're telling people we need to understand.
Thank you very much, Danny.
I need to understand something you don't understand.
Let me just finish. But let me just finish because I feel like you're under threat. I'm just speaking. Let me finish.
You're just getting cheeky for no reason, bro. You're getting cheeky.
No, I'm not getting cheeky. You
are getting cheeky. You're getting very, very cheeky, bro. It's
I'm not cheeky.
Necessary.
You said authority. You said I don't understand. I'm just speaking, and then you're claiming these things on my tone and how I'm speaking. So you are. But I don't know. You're getting worked up.
I don't, so I can say I don't know what happened in the 80s.
Open your window.
Get
some fresh air.
Open your window. Can you?
Open your window and get some fresh air.
Yeah, you don't understand, and you can't admit that, so you're getting cheeky to deflect.
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't understand. I said you don't understand.
Let's get back to the point. Let's get back to the point.
But in all honesty, yeah, that Sir Ferguson soundbite. I'm tired.
Soundbite.
That soundbite needs to go
because Top Red's been using that same soundbite for ages. And most of the man that are using that soundbite are not older than me, bro, and I don't remember them times. So
exactly,
you know what I mean. Man need to allow it with that.
We need to allow that. That's not going to happen. The whole idea of long-term managers now.
Who's
the longest-term manager right now?
Don't remix nothing. We don't need a remix.
Even if you explain,
no authority from me, Danny. Don't get scared. I'm just
even if you explain why you've said it, yeah, the landscape of football has changed so much that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Dan Ashworth told us, when he came in, that the average lifespan of a manager is 13 months now in football. 13 months. That's just over a year. Do you know what I'm saying? So a manager being under pressure, after 6 months is very normal. When you look that the average lifespan of a manager is 13 months. Manchester United is not an average club, or they haven't been an average club, historically. But at the moment, we're fucking bang average. So
I hear you, Rance. My original point at the beginning, if you go back, was talking about the past, understanding the past to help us with it. So for me, Pep, Klopp, Arteta, all these people, Sir Arsene Wenger, Sir Alex, and I just decided to use Sir Alex. They had monarchy, they had long periods of success within a club, and that's the direction I think we should go to ultimately. I decided to use Sir Alex. And that's because me and you kind of Rants got to this medium because we were talking about Moyes, and then for me, I'd use Sir Alex because Moyes was the one the successor from Sir Alex. So I'm trying to say to you, and we were talking about early months, so that's how we even got there. But for me, my belief system is that you need to have a manager in for a long period of time. Again, tying it into what Reiner was saying. So it's very simple for me, and I decided to use Sir Alex's situation where he originally started and had a poor period at the beginning. I think that's part of the process for me, Rants, when you're trying to start something new. Tying it into your probation talk, Rants. At the beginning stages of things, there's difficult periods, there's teething periods.
You're right. But if you were failing in every capacity during your probation period, they wouldn't keep you. This manager hasn't had any success, bro. None. He's failed in every metric. Scoring less goals, conceding more goals, losing more games. Like he's got the worst win percentage.
You have to have a measurement. You
have to have a measurement. Every single player looks worse now playing for him than they did anywhere else in their careers. Like literally, there's nothing he's done right.
Bro, there's two basic parts to it. One, you're not doing your job properly. You can get fired after your probation. The second one is gross misconduct. And he's on the verge of, if he hasn't already committed gross misconduct, he's already there. And this guy talks about a belief system. Crazy. Yeah. For someone so smart, you don't gather the best arguments or evidence for your belief system. So you adapt and change them or recognize if that was wrong. So you're bringing up Pep and Klopp. What's the biggest difference between Pep, Klopp, and Amorim? It's so obvious that it's a stupid argument to make. He doesn't have their pedigree. Doesn't have their reputation. Doesn't have their experience. Doesn't have their CV. So it's a shit argument. It's waffle.
I think, honestly.
It's not based on anything. There's no intangibles there. There's no comparisons. It's a nonsense. And that's just the managers. Then you start looking at the football clubs and where they were compared to Man United, then the argument becomes even more stupid. It makes no sense. It's blind faith. That is what you have, Marcel. Blind faith. You want to believe just to believe, and you waste people's time coming up with arguments that you actually can't back up with evidence. Yeah? That's the problem. We are judging this manager on what we're seeing, and what we're seeing is bad, and we're drawing conclusions from that. It's not complicated. It's very simple. What you're doing, though, is complicated for no reason at all. I don't get it. It don't make no sense to me at all. talking about the past. So Alex Ferguson.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, Marcel. Marcel, do you know what it is? I can kind of get where you're trying to go with it. But when you say things like, you know what, it doesn't matter how they do, I'm just going to give them this time limit, it hurts your kind of
3
theory.
years is mad.
Like, if it's a thing where you're saying to me, cool, like, based on the circumstances of where Ruben came in and how much damage the club has gone through, you want to see a little bit more of a building process as to maybe giving him more time to make a few more mistakes, but just allowing him, okay, you know what, every manager, at least let me give them the first window, a proper window, and let me see what I'll go on until then. If that was your theory, then I can say, okay, cool. You've got like a threshold. All right, cool. You know what? He's not doing too well. He can do better, but at least let me see how he acts when he gets his first full set of players, and then I can start to judge it from there. But when you start saying, all right, cool, 3 years, it just doesn't matter. It just needs to be 3 years. That's when it kind of gets a bit worrying for that kind of principle of thinking.
Right,
you know what I mean?
It doesn't leave room for, you can give the wrong manager 3 years.
Yeah.
That's a very, very likely.
And do you know what, Danny, do you know what part I'm going to use? It's like me saying, I'm going to be your accountant and you're going to give me 3 years to handle your money and you don't care what happens with your bread. It's 3 years. You're going to be broke, bro. You could end up getting robbed or anything can happen, you feel me? So that's that kind of analogy I want to use on that. If you give an accountant 3 years to handle your bread,
do you know what my
blindly.
problem is?
You know the problem.
You basically have jet lag from sacking managers. You've been brainwashed from Alex Ferguson's era about sticking to a manager, and that's why you want to stick with a coach. Amorim has not given you any evidence to have faith in him. And anything you cite, I promise you, is not actually evidence. So don't waste your time. It's not evidence.
You know what it is, though? Let me ask you a question, though.
Bro,
does the lack of quality outweigh his tactical flaws this season?
No.
Be honest, though. When you look at the players that you see,
Saeed,
how many do you rate?
Saeed, be honest. Saeed, I've said this before, Mandem talk, yeah? You do not need the perfect players for the perfect system to see how well a manager is coaching.
Yeah,
if you do, fine.
That's get better results than this, then, yeah. 100%.
No, forget results. I can look at a setup on a pitch and know if what he said is translated or if what he's doing is a good idea. Exactly. I can imagine a better football player in these situations because I watch other teams and other leagues, and I have done because I'm old, Marcel. Like to get onto man for being old, I'm old, and I can say even with a better player, I don't see this getting fixed. Unlike you, I've learned from Ten Hag. All of Ten Hag's tactical problems I saw in the first season. Yeah. It's not like in the second season I was like, oh, I'm seeing things I didn't see before. I just thought he could fix them. But I knew what the problems were.
Ten Hag,
and with this manager, I see nothing but problems with his instructions.
To be fair, the first season, though, to be fair,
with his setup. Saeed, the point is, I'm just giving you a reference point. Yeah? That guy finished third, and I saw problems, and they carried over into the second season. I just thought we could fix them. I'm giving Amorim the same litmus test, not on the position, not on third, just on your setup. What is wrong with your setup? And if you get better football players, how much is it going to affect this setup?
Yeah? How much confidence have I got in you?
Simple as that. And the litmus test, he's failed it. It's really that simple, bro.
Yeah, bro. Because even if you look at a team like Bournemouth, like you look at Bournemouth, Bournemouth, like on a great run at the moment, but bruv, you need to understand that they were overachieving and now they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're same amount of points as Brighton and I think Crystal Palace, who are 10th. So at the end of the day, their manager was coaching them so well that a lot of people were thinking that their players were better than they were. But the reality was the system's very good. He was coaching them very well, and they were in a purple patch, bro. And this is it. Like, this manager has not even been able to get the whole team cohesively playing, was in 6 months, bro. Glasner, we saw what Glasner done when he came in halfway through the season at Palace before. It didn't take him 6 months, didn't take him 6 games. And they're playing a different system as well.
Unai Emery, go look at his transfer windows. Go look at his transfer windows. Go look at when he got good players, then go look at what he was doing before he got those good players. He was already putting in work.
He got it from 17th to, I think, where did they finish? 7th, was it? I think that season.
Yeah, just outside thingy.
Bro, his first three windows, not good windows, and he still took.
I'm not going to use Tuchel as one because Tuchel's a brilliant manager in his own aspect. And I think for me, there was better players in his system that he could use to get where he was going.
One thing, guys, though, can I mention a point, though? even though we've said all these points, can we still, because there's still other things that we can look at as well that are problems, which I can understand why Marcel, but I don't know. It's hard to defend you, Marcel, because
I just agree with everything you lot are saying, but it's
no. But Marcel, one thing that I can back your point with is that there's definitely something wrong at our club. I can see that for free.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Taking that into consideration. Yeah, but
Say again?
everyone's taking that into consideration. Big up everyone.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. Big up
Lyon, man.
Big up.
You know what?
Bro.
Everyone's taking that into consideration. That's why this guy, idiot. You know what I mean? Do you know what? Everyone's taking that into consideration. That's why you're not hearing anyone on the panel saying we're going for Champions League or we're trying to win the league. That's the consideration of the club's. The setup is not facilitating that. The problem I've got with what Marcel is saying is, obviously, look, I understand, like, I do break down and understand what he's saying about process, but blindly believing in the process, Marcel, you sound like an Arsenal fan. That's what they talk about. That's what that's not our mindset, bro. That's why them man talk about process all the time with no result to getting the trophies. Like, do you know what I mean? So, nah, I'm not into all that. For me, is he doing the best with the tools that he's got? No. I'm a bit worried about going into the summer because, not worried, but I don't know, man. Danny, you said it a few weeks ago, man. It's like, do I trust this guy? Is he going to buy a load of players that we can't use in the future? Does his system work in the Prem? It's not showing me that it does, so I don't know, man.
You know what it is? This is why I say to people, reserve your judgment until the summer. But then, like I said, I don't want any of sacking him by August, September. You know, we're in a very, very
maybe it's that as well. That's the problem. Maybe because of our ownership as well. That's what's making us think like this.
But you know, we have to be careful.
We're not speaking enough of the ownership. I don't know why we're not speaking enough of the ownership because they sacked the manager. Yeah, go on.
We have to be careful though, because like we can't have managers that come in and say it only works if I get what I want. That's it's not going to work.
I feel like we use that for Ten Hag as well. Secretly.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
I don't think this guy's a type. I don't think this guy's a type for that. He don't look like to me.
I kind of get that feeling though, you know. I kind of get that.
I don't get that.
I just feel like he's not moaning about it, but I feel like that's in his mindset. I do feel like that's his mindset.
But the thing is, right? Like, yeah, he brought himself to the situation. I don't feel sorry for him in that aspect. But like, we need to look at Ineos more as to, like, they got this guy and said, "Yo, it's now or never." So if it's now or never, you then back the guy in the summer. You can't be now or never. And then next thing you know, you leave him. You know, and listen, he didn't ask for these. Ineos didn't predict these results, by the way. They didn't. But you can't, for me, like I said to you, get him in, and then later on, you clearly don't have a plan as to where you're going. Like you have to have a plan, bro. Like, and that's why I think for me, don't let Ineos get away with this, guys, man.
Yeah, summer is important. If they don't back him in summer, I'm gonna be
get away with this, man.
Yeah, but you know what? There's an argument for not backing him in the summer, to be honest, because the point, like, he comes in November, and his job is to assess the players. I think one of his biggest weaknesses is profiling players, so he's failing on that part. And the rest of the job is for us and for the club to assess him. Like he needs to be assessed. So yeah,
he said it as well. He said it, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so you want to give him 200 million, and he's failing the assessment. Doesn't work for me. Like, and this is a big club, Manchester United, with big resources. We should keep that in mind. I said that last week, Saeed. He needs to outperform the tools he has. Otherwise, we need to get another manager, because what makes him different? What makes him special? The ability to get the most of what he has, because this is not any normal job. Like, this is not your regular normal day-to-day job. This is high-end elite football. He needs to be special if he wants to keep this job. At the moment, he's failing basically on every possible metric, and I was not expecting that. And I'm not saying he needs to be sacked, but if someone tells me they want him gone, I don't have a counter argument to that. I cannot defend him.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I think I'm with you. Marcel, that's not at that level, but I'm with you. But I would want to at least be given a summer window.
The summer window. Yeah.
If he went, I'm not crying.
I'm gonna clip this up for me. Yeah. I don't want him sacked, but if you want him gone, I don't have a counter. What was I saying before? Good, People that defend him fabricate arguments that don't make sense. It's not based on any evidence.
No, it's not.
What bothers me.
The evidence is not good, so you have to invent it. You don't have an alternative. The
games against Liverpool, the top games where we looked.
There's a few things a little bit, but
yeah, there's a few. There's a few grounds where our shape isn't as open as Ten Hag. We're not.
These are things managers you can't you don't give credit for these.
You do.
Yeah, these are basics.
I think you do. I think you do.
No, right now.
If
you manage 40 games in a season, and I can only point to 6 that point out the most basic things I expect from a junior coach, let alone an elite manager.
For the past couple of years, though.
Say that again, Saeed?
Have we seen enough of these basic principles in our team for the past couple of years?
Yeah, we have. In fact, no, I've seen this team do elite things, but things you didn't like. So under Oli, we're elite.
There we go, man.
No, so
let's not start the Oli thing.
Look at this guy, man. Seriously.
Look at this guy. See what you just did, Saeed? You didn't take my advice and you didn't take Adam's advice. You invented something. Our counterattack under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was elite. Defensively, under Ten Hag, we were actually very good. That's why
we were.
The Golden Glove.
Van Gaal for me as elite. Forget this.
Van Gaal, possession football. That's the,
yes.
So that's the answer to your question is yes. But are these things to write home about? Even though I'm mentioning them, no, they're not. So if I'm not going to write home about Ten Hag or about anybody else, I'm not having a handful of big matches where we were cold. I'd expect that from Everton's manager.
Exactly, because if you go to the most regular restaurant, they're not going to give you raw chicken, so they are going to cook it. So that's the very least you could ask. Basic, it's basic. Like
we say,
I like that one.
No, but like you're saying, you want to give a 5-star review because the chicken weren't pink.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
It's techie, man. It's techie, man.
You're involved as well.
You know.
No, I hear it. I said it before even Adam jumped on. I said it. I said, bro, if he gets sacked, I can hear it. I hear it, bro. I want to give him the window, but I can hear it. I can't. It's techie.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it. That's what Adam was saying. I can't hear it.
Yeah, Saeed, let's hear. I want Marcel to kind of respond to all what we've said. You're gone, bro.
I can't lie.
The first step to understanding is wanting to understand, and you're not there. I think so. Go ahead.
I just ask one question.
I missed it.
Squad now and the squad last season, which one's better, guys?
It's pretty much the same squad.
No, but there was Varane. There was Rashford.
Nah, our squad was better last season, I think. In my
so
opinion.
that's the question. Has the squad?
I'll be honest. Where we've weakened is where the managers weakened us, bro. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we did have Varane, but now we got Mazraoui and Delit and Euro, blood. So that's not weaker.
Exactly. Another thing, because Marcel, you said you don't agree, but you defended Ten Hag until he left. So the squad is his.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't hear what you said. I'm saying I didn't hear what you said, Adam. I don't say I don't agree. I'm saying I don't agree with what was just previously said, what Reiner was saying. But I missed everything that you said, to be honest with you, Adam. So unfortunately.
Sorry, my bad.
So
the quality has gone down a bit. It evens itself out. I've done the math properly. So what Rant said ties up. Varane won't even fit all the time. Martinez, I think, played 5 Premier League matches. So he weren't a factor last season. He's not a factor this season. Sancho weren't playing football from November. The version of Rashford we got was garbage. You could argue Garnacho was a little bit better.
That now. That's what
Højlund got 10 goals. So by definition, Højlund was better because he got 10 goals. Now we've got Zirkzee.
I mean, it wasn't really 10 goals, was it? Let's be honest.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Ahmad weren't a factor in the attack. Already the attack's better. Yeah? Already.
Yeah.
Already, because of Ahmad. Midfield, toss up a coin. Who gives a fuck? Back line, Shaw injured. Martinez injured. Varane played 30% of the matches. Overall,
it's tacky, man.
It evens out, bro.
It's tacky.
It evens out.
I can't lie. It's tacky.
Whatever side you pick.
McTominay, you missed McTominay's goals last season.
Yeah, but then again, we never scored.
I've got to add that in.
We never score more than 1.5, regardless. We don't score goals.
Marcel, based on everything we've said, what do you think? Like, do you feel like bro, you know me, like I see both sides in it. But I want to see in terms of the points we've just presented, what's your response? Like, what's your logic behind it? That's what I really think.
I think it's a process of that you have to consider you can't, because even me, I know everyone says to the very end, but there was a stage where it gets untenable right now. So I do agree with those that would say that there is a stage where it gets untenable, you know. But right now, it would be ludicrous to think anything other than backing him in this window and trying to get him more players that add to what he can do with the squad. I think also when you look at last season's players and this season's players, you got to factor in the fact that, you know, the break-in period for the new players that we purchased, they're going to get used to the system, that the ambience, the pressure to perform at this level. That's just a factor as well. So last season's players, a lot of them would have had 2 seasons, I feel. So that's another factor to add in. But I do agree with you in terms of what you were saying. You can't blindly give 3 years, but I just feel like it's really important to give up to that time. A lot of people now are saying, Rhino, by the way, that we should have maybe let Ten Hag stay to the end of the season. I've heard, I think even Rand say that based on the points system that we've had, you're better off.
No. I said that. I didn't say that. I said my argument was, nobody can look me in the face and tell me that Ineos spent 20 million, on this manager in the middle of the season to write it off. They didn't do that, bro, because Ruud van Nistelrooy had us 4 points off Champions League football, and they genuinely thought that he could get us that. That's why they spent that money, because they would have been better off just keeping Ruud. It would have been cheaper, a lot cheaper, and we would have been better off. So it made no sense to bring him in, spend that money now that you could spend, that you wouldn't have had to spend in the summer. Give him the preseason. Also, he didn't want to come then. He came and he told us that he was issued an ultimatum saying it was now or never, bro. So that chat means you're going to come and you're going to get us Champions League football.
Exactly.
He's failed, bro. Like no one can convince
I think the only thing, that I would say, maybe, what if the only thing that I can say though, that may be the issue, I could be wrong, or maybe I'm reaching, but maybe it is that thing where they're saying, bro, don't worry, summer, we're going to back you. Maybe there is a longer term plan. That's like, for me, waiting for the summer window is very important to see their actions. That's the only thing I can probably hold on to and say, cool. Summer's going to tell me a lot though, for me personally.
Do you know what it is though?
You know what I mean?
You know what it is at the same time though? You have to be careful with that, because, like, I believe that I said that time ago, I think they've just backed this guy. And they've said that you can have the season. But the danger for me in the in-between from when he came in till now until the end of the season is you're not going to get all the players out. There's still players there you've got to have to play with. So you still need to show us something. You still need to show us something. You're not going to get every profile in every position. You might not get it. So you have to.
Because you know what, Lyon, as well, that's a good point, because considering how the season is going, if we are 4 places up next year, that's already a dramatic jump, given the way we are playing. Exactly. Like, we are so bad that if we finish 11th, 12th next season, that's actually a good progress. So what does that say? That he needs 5 years. It's not good enough.
And Adam, you know what? You can't say things like it's ludicrous that we'd get rid of the manager now, like, because at the end of the day, 6 wins. Guys,
exactly. It's not ludicrous. He said it himself. He said it himself. He would. He's done worse than Ten Hag. He's done. Hold on.
Let me hear Texino. Let me hear Texino. Go on.
So obviously, look, he's clearly done worse than the previous manager. He's admitted that when he came into the squad, he was a few points off top 4. We've gone completely down the drain. There's no improvement in terms of the players individually, nor cohesion, bro. Yeah, I have not seen this style of football implemented into his strategy. I only see a 3-4-3. More or less, it's a back 5 with a 3 midfield and 2 more up top. In my opinion,
2-man midfield.
A 2-man midfield, exactly. But
it's a 3 if Bruno plays in the 10 because he dropped.
Bro, it's like a donut. Every time the opposition play 2-3 passes out of the back, we're cut open. It's ridiculous. Even find like little solutions to make the team compact. Try and nullify these type of results. We shouldn't be losing to the teams that we have been losing to this season. And that is my point. Now, when a manager, how can you back a manager, bro, that has admitted himself that he's doing a poor job? Me, if I was playing for someone like that and he's already throwing the team under the bus saying, yo, look, well, throwing himself under the bus, I should say, saying, yo, look, it's not good enough. I'm not good enough. Bro, to me, that's not good enough. And even if you said that as a PR thing, then, bro, what are the fans meant to, how are we meant to react to those things? And then after, post that, the results are awful. They're shocking, bro.
And on top of that, another thing that I think is very, very interesting is We all wanted him to stick to his principle and expose the quality of the squad and get like his system in. But there's a fine line between sticking to your principle and not being able to do anything else and to adjust. And at the moment, we don't know. Maybe he can't do anything else. Maybe he's being found out by every manager he plays against, because the way he reacts to teams like Bournemouth and Newcastle doing an intense man-to-man press against us is laughable to me. How can you not adjust to that? Surely you can predict they are going to do that. Because like I said, Saeed, last week as well, the first month and a half too, when he arrived, it was decent. We were seeing progress. And then we saw Bournemouth and we got spun 3-0 and they pressed us like mad. And ever since that day, we haven't been able to recover. And you like the example that my brother gave me, you can't play a Rondo 11 against 11. You need to have one more man. So that's basically it. So you can't build from the back in a man-to-man press. So you need to give them something to be afraid of. And he's not clocking that. And that's embarrassing. He needs to. So what does that say? He can't.
Adam, you know what's even more embarrassing? Real quick, text Zeno. Let's talk about the Newcastle game. I missed the first half. I only even glimpsed the second, so I can't speak on the game in detail. All I know is this. Away from home, I think this is your 20th game in the league. You should know you can't play Eriksen in the midfield two away from home against.
And you know what? You know what? The funny thing, Danny.
That's something you should know already.
It's funny that you said that. You said that because you know the game where Zirkzee were taken off after 30 minutes, and Newcastle looked like they were going to score at every chance. He started Eriksen in midfield. so this weekend we play against Newcastle again, and they are going to press the same way they did. And he played Eriksen in midfield again. So not only so I don't know if he's not learning or he's not noticing, which is sackable. That's terrible. Regardless, that's not good enough. So even if I want, like, and this is what I said again last week, Saeed, there is an alternative world in which we have the same number of points, the same number of losses, and which I can say, you know what, I think this manager is trying to do something that I can agree with. At the moment, that's not it. Like, what he's doing doesn't make sense, and the results are not making sense.
I think obviously you look at tomorrow and you're like, what could he do differently? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's a big game tomorrow, innit? You know, massive game tomorrow. And it's like, how does he set us up? Who does he put in midfield? And that for me is a worry when you don't really know what he's gonna do. You know, everyone's got settled teams, everyone's got settled ways of playing. You know, you really don't know what's going on. What's this guy doing, man? Are you all right? Yeah, what are you saying?
What do you want, man, doing? Listen, I was minding my own business trying to get home. Yeah. Listen, shout out to the people that have my back here because they're saying that fans is chatting shit about me. What did I do?
Yeah. You're waffling on the group chat. That's what.
What have I done now?
You're waffling on the group chat saying that
waffling about qualified. What? When we're not. Let's be included.
I saw something about Xabi Alonso in the chat, traps.
Xabi Alonso?
Yeah.
I never said nothing about Xabi Alonso.
Nah, I don't think he said it. I don't think he knows.
That wasn't me. Listen, I told these man, I said, listen.
That's what I'm saying. You're not qualified, man.
You're not qualified to street.
Hello?
He's not qualified.
Faz, what did you say before?
No, listen. And what? Anyways, listen, man, they want to say that basically they want to turn their noses up at this manager, turn their nose up at that manager. This manager's this. Some man YouTube videos of managers that man don't know. Man don't care about none of that no more. I'm not listening to none of you, man, no more. It's done. Yeah? If you ain't got CV, I don't put you at this club. Simple as that, because we've tried all of this. It don't work. Man was telling me that Amram was the future. And this, that, and now you lot all sitting there that you want him out. I don't even care if he stays, you know. I don't even care. But you lot want to sit around act like, oh, this is that and that. When I told man about certain man, nah, it's not good enough, not Man United level. What is this fake level that you lot are talking about? It's fraud. It's fraud. You lot are frauds. Anyone that talks about Manchester United level, it's a fraudulent thing. It's a fraudulent thing. Let me tell you something.
This guy was in the group chat. Yeah, he said, we had a good team. We endorsed this unqualified hounding out culture. Now look.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's true.
No. Hold a second. I never said it like that. Anyways,
you didn't read it.
Wait. So hold a second. So what? No, I said it in a voice note. So you're lying. Yeah, and second of that, yeah. No, you're lying. No, you're lying. Second of all, wait, let me talk. Listen, first, you speak on man when I'm not here. I'm here now. Let me speak.
You man voice note like the girl from Sex in the City. You wrote it, yeah? And I brought it up. You want me to screenshot and bring it up? Don't gaslight me, you know.
Anyways, so the first thing you mentioned is McTominay. Why did you mention McTominay first? Why did you do that?
You wrote it in the group chat. What the fuck?
Was that the only name that I wrote?
And then you said Rashford to PSG.
So answer the question. Why did you say McTominay? Wait. So why did you say McTominay first? Because you're trying to get people. Because you know how people feel about McTominay, and you're trying to get them on side. But here's the thing. McTominay is.
I'm not going to let you do that.
Wait. Hold a second. Wait a second.
You wrote it first. Wait a second.
But here's the thing. No, wait.
Bring up the group chat on the stream.
You lot have had the hour and 23 minutes. Can I talk?
No, you can't, because you're gaslighting me. So fuck you. Trying to gaslight me for.
Anyways.
What's your point? Land your point, man. You keep saying anyway. Land your point, bro.
Anyways, yeah, like I said, here's the thing about McTominay. McTominay's still clutting in goals and getting his team out of jail, though. Elsewhere. But you said it first. Anyways, I said we had a good team. The reason why I said we had a good team, because I'm just doing basic logic. We had a team once that went unbeaten away from home. Then we had a team that lost one game away at home, yeah, in a couple of seasons. If you put that together, that's a title-winning team, mate. So it's up to the manager to put that shit together. And at the end of the day, it hasn't been done. We're listening to people like you lot say this one's not good enough, that one's not good enough. But why are they good enough elsewhere? Why are we always good enough elsewhere?
Bro.
I'm
Again,
sick to the back teeth of this. No, it's not about Rashford. When you tell me about managers, brother, listen, Saeed, when Ten Hag was here, you was gassed. He was shit. Amorim was here, you're gassed. He was shit. He shit me. These managers were shit. And my point is that
did you not say he was?
I didn't know him. Listen, this is what I've listened. Go back to when he came. I said, Amorim, you are a nobody in English football and have to come here and prove yourself. And right now, I'm not convinced. Yeah, sorry, and neither are any of you. Neither are any of you. Yeah, neither are any of you. So this is my point. My point is, I told you the whole blind faith thing for me is done. I do not get behind. Pause. I do not.
So why did you back Ineos then?
I told you why I backed Ineos because the reason why I backed Ineos.
What data did you see to back Ineos when you were doing the Traps clip?
The reason why I backed the Ineos is because man went and put his money in the place, bro. That's why he put his money down. That's the truth of it. He put his money down because when you lot all moan about how the Glazers took over the club, he come and put his bread in the club, his own bread, and want to put it in the club.
What bread?
He put his money down.
What bread? Man sacking all the cleaners, bro. Man sacking all the low level people, and then hiring the high level people, and then sacking the high level people for millions. What are you on about?
Bro. He put his money in the club. 1.29 billion, and then another 700 billion. But that's what you lot wanted. You wanted people to put their own money in the club.
No, we wanted a full sale. You wanted
a full sale, but he couldn't get that. But he put his own money in the club. What are you talking about? Jim Ratcliffe has paid for his share of the club.
I've got to give praise for a guy putting money in the football club.
No.
The reason will profit from somehow, some way.
No, this is where I'm going to back. This is where I'm going to back Traps. Yeah, because leading up to the January window, all you man were optimistic. I was not.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
Yeah, I was as well.
I was not.
Definitely.
That's not one up. We're not doing no one up, man. Here.
No.
He said he made his argument. No, the argument was Danny.
My
argument was what are you backing? No, let me land. I know you. Okay, he's saying because Faz is basically saying that why are you getting gas for Ineos when they didn't do anything? Same way he's saying, why do we gas up Amorim and Ten Hag when they haven't done anything? What have Ineos shown?
No, it's not, bro.
He said they put money in. Is that for me a justifiable reason?
Yes, because no. Listen, hold on a second. Listen, no, you see these shit points that you're putting in. These points are shit.
No, Ineos have done stuff. They have.
Because
Ineos have done a little bit.
Listen. You know what? Yeah, we need to have a court case on this. Yeah, Spaz, all you man need to be up on charges, bro. Because see this.
Traps, I agree agree with
you.
you. I agree with you.
Hold on, wait. You see this guy, Saeed? Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Yeah, because you got me shouting on the flipping street corner, bro. You got me shouting on the street corner, bro. Listen,
Hold up. Why are you scared? Why are you scared?
What do you mean I'm not scared? What do you mean? I'm scared. I'm not scared. Anyways, listen, yeah. Listen, you're not just saying anything at this point. But listen, yeah, Mandem, you lot was all in the chat. Did this man, yeah, did Saeed say, I'm so glad we bought Euro?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Has he not been glazing off Zirkzee and these man lately?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Who bought them, man? Who bought? Hold on a second. Who bought them, man?
He's got you, He's got you.
Who bought them, man?
No, and I'll
Who
tell
bought
you
them, man?
what. Hold on.
You lot chat shit. You lot don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Stop chatting shit.
Do we not remember, right? Bro, you perhaps were in my live, yeah, a couple months ago, and you said, "Oh, you know what? I'm Glazers in. Because the Glazers done delivered all of the trophies and the Glazers done delivered everything.
Do you know why?
One more than the Glazers, which is just put 300 M's to buy some shares, and you're here saying that, Ineos in.
Listen, Jim Ratcliffe, yeah, how long has he taken over? How long has it been? How long has it been since he took over?
A year.
A year.
Definitely minimum a year.
Really and truly officially a season.
One trophy in a season, but he's doing all right by my expense, innit? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, he's doing all right. Second of all, I did say I'm Glazers in. Do you know why I said I'm Glazers in? Because when Nuruddin was sitting down there shouting, talking about, oh yeah, we was doing this, we won Champions League. None of you was doing this. If we was at top of the league right now, man, don't want to give a fuck where the Glazers are right now. That's what I'm noticed about you, man. So I'm Glazers in. I'm Glazers in. I'm Glazers in now. Yeah, I'm Glazers in now. I'm Glazers in. Do you want to try first? Yeah, I'm not qualified either. Listen, take it or leave it. I'm not qualified. Take it or leave it. But neither are you. But neither are you.
You know what you're doing? You're doing rage baiting now. You're rage baiting right now. Relax yourself.
Wait, hold on a second. Saeed, this is your channel. Why am I rage baiting for your channel? I'm rage baiting on your channel.
Bro, you're chatting shit.
Hey, Saeed is firing some mad words to his traps, you know. That's crazy.
Hold on a minute. David Beckham. Do you remember that game we played against AC Milan? David Beckham came here and we were winning trophies year after year. I think we came on the back of a 3 in a row, yeah? And David Beckham grabbed once the famous Glazer out scarf, yeah? In the height of when we were winning. So don't do this idea that when we were winning, we weren't.
But what do you mean? He grabbed, listen, bro, what do you mean, bro? We grabbed the Norwich scarf. What are you talking about? You're not even a real thing. You're not even a real What do you mean? You man are not even a real thing. What are you talking about? No, because these man want the Glazers to take them seriously. But they go get Norwich scarves and that. What you want about? What you want about? Your owners will continue to take the piss. When your owners will continue to take the piss out of you because
when you're wrong in life, yeah, and you go to these lengths, yeah, to lie, yeah, on YouTube, lie in front of 3,000 people, yeah. He's traps and Musa. You know what they are, yeah? They're not the types, yeah? To just own up on their mistakes. They're not. You know what they do? They point fingers at other people, yeah?
Listen,
and try to point them out. They are the masters of this, you know?
Hey, do you know what, yeah?
They are the masters. They don't say nothing. They don't say nothing.
Do you know what this is?
What they'll do is, you know what they'll do? Hold on a minute. They'll come out here and start talking to me about Rashford. I said, Rashford's been here for 10 years. Rashford hasn't done enough for me in a Man United top for us to be going and say, you know what? What about what ifs? He's 27 years old. He has not got a grip of his career by being inconsistent.
It's not about.
All right, cool. But Bruno Fernandes got a grip of his career, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
And you want him out.
That's debatable.
You're not qualified. 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 You're not qualified.
No, but your brand is basically not giving an opinion, but giving an opinion on the opinion that you hear. Because you don't actually say anything. Whenever Musa says in 1 minute 30-second long voice note,
what do you mean?
Reply saying, get the T-shirt, not qualified. Get the T-shirt, Scott McTominay. Then you have the audacity to send a message saying no Man United player has scored more league goals than McTominay this season at the club or on loan. The only other player to outscore him in the last 2 years in the league, yep, you guessed it, Bruno Fernandes, aka meet me in the car park. Interesting. That's what you said, and you got off. You didn't say anything after that. No,
That's the truth, though.
You just sit there and got off.
All right, cool.
And when we found evidence, by the way, when we found evidence from this guy, he was like, where did you get evidence from? Where did you get it from? Who said it?
Saeed, you know what you need to do? Yeah? We need to have a stream, set up a court case. You and Faz versus me and Musa, because we are going to cook you.
Yes, we will do that.
I'm sick of this.
I need a judge who is fair and honest.
We need a judge. We need a judge.
We need a judge. We need someone who's going to be next to him, and we need a fair jury as well. You know what I mean? We don't want.
I'm telling you. You know what it is? You know what's happened?
Never have I not given an opinion and said, you know what, I might have actually got it wrong. You only came today because Mandem blew off your phone saying, "Oh, Faz said something." Or where were you?
Can you not see? I'm on the road right now trying to sort myself out. Cuz what's wrong with you? Anyway, listen. Let me tell you what it is. Yeah. Do you see this unqualified thing? It's touched the nerve. It's triggered these man. Yeah, they're feeling qualified. They're feeling qualified, but they're not qualified. Yeah. Hey, listen. This is why I'm so glad. I've been for months and months and months. I said, listen, man's finally got Musa back here because every year Musa dropped the concussed thing. This year it's the unqualified thing, and you man, don't like it.
You know who you've got on your side. You've got on your side. You've got a guy on your side that was backing Amorim last week, and now he's giving up next week. That's what you've got on your side. You've got Mr. Flip-flops.
Bro,
the flip-flops?
Bro,
you've got flip-flops. You've got a guy saying. Hold on a minute. You've got a guy saying, yeah, that Anthony has revived Isco's career. That's what you've got on your side. Listen. That's the sort of guys you've got on your side, man. So
here to defend himself.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, don't speak on Musa when he's not here to speak defend himself. You're not got a habit of doing that. You're not got a habit of doing that.
No, none of that. This is the Mandem talk.
When you love had your debates here, 5 a.m, I've woke up about 1,000 voice notes. I'm not here to defend myself. I'm not here.
Yeah, but
I'm listening to
Listen, yeah. You see Saeed, yeah? Saeed will say things, yeah, and then it will come back to haunt him, and Saeed will act like he didn't see what he said, what he saw. No.
I'll tell you what I am.
I always make sure I act Saeed so he knows we're talking about him.
What happens to me? See, this is the difference with me, yeah? I'm an honest and noble man, yeah? This is what it is. I say things, yeah? If I get it
last week you was trying to frame me. No. Saeed, listen, last week, Saeed was trying to frame me for Bruno Fernandes slander. Ask him if he's found any today. Ask him.
Listen to me. Yeah, Bruno. It's not always about Bruno, man. Can we just relax on Bruno? Because I'll deal with you, man, on Bruno again if you want me to. Listen to me, yeah.
Saeed never has the Bruno thing.
You know what it's about, guys?
Never
it's
has
about understanding in life. Yeah? You have an opinion, evidence change, and then you, as a result, then say, you know what? I got it wrong, or it was proven right. That's how I move. I move like that. If an opinion
have you got it wrong about Bruno, Saeed? Have you got it wrong about Bruno?
No, I still think that. No. Again, that's very subjective. It's not a very, you know what I mean? It's very subjective.
It's not subjective, and I'll tell you why.
It is subjective. I don't think it's subjective either.
Bruno, prove it right here. It's so
okay. Go on.
One is so easy. Do you know what it is, Saeed? Yeah. I look at your opinion on Bruno. I look at your opinion on Rashford. Bruno's performance levels is here. Rashford's performance levels is down there before he left. For you to have the same opinion on both of them is illogical.
Listen, I'm just going to let you know this now. I'm just going to let you know this now. I'm just going to let you know this.
Makes no sense.
No, it's not Bruno.
When we have the Bruno conversation, let me know.
Yeah, no, not today, please.
I'm just going to let you man know this from now. I will be calling Danny as an expert witness. I'll be calling him an expert witness.
Bro, listen. All I'm telling you guys is that these guys here, what they do is they change the narrative on their opinion, so you don't really know where they've gone with their opinion. You see me? It's out there. I admit I was wrong. That's
not true. That's not true. Where it lies, they change the narrative.
But anyway, listen.
Ever since I joined Mandem Talk, I've had to be proving myself. It started with Leon telling me I was chatting shit about Ten Hag, and it went on and on and on. I don't change, I don't change. I don't know what if you not fail to understand.
You jump on the trend. Once the players left, drop the bare performances, then you
hold
say,
on a second.
"Oh, by the way, this player this player that."
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes.
No, it's not true.
You know what?
It's not true. Because listen. Let me tell you something. Listen, you lot are not qualified. So this is what it is, This is what it is. This is what I'm gonna leave on this note, This is your homework. This is your test. This is your exam. Tell me why Scott McTominay scores goals at Manchester United. He gets sold and scores goals at another club, and you lot say shit. He's not working.
Can I answer?
Set the example. When you can prove that, when you can prove that, let me know. Go on.
Can I answer quickly in one word? Josh, see you later. Listen, guys, we're gonna discuss the Europa League. Let him find his way home, guys. Europa League, no saying. No, I'm tired of this guy.
What you say? That's his homework.
That's his homework, bro. Get the heck out of there, See you later, man.
Yo, Saeed, I'm gonna start some new trouble now. Before Trash took things where he took them. He talked about Lyon, innit? Onana was right. We're actually better than them. That's why we should have won that game. Minus him, we're actually better than them. Nothing to do with Amorim. So
yeah, but you can't say much because you were doing BLM.
So
with him and Mandem.
What? Always. Black Goalkeeper Association. Simple as that. So tomorrow's game for me, Saeed, it comes down to the players. I'm not even looking at Amorim. I'm looking at the players. You're Old Trafford. You're better than them. Go win the game. I ain't looking at
score 2 goals and we'll win it.
Because in that game, I saw certain things where the way Lyon wanted to play, he had no plan for it. He had no tactical adjustments for it. They would get into our pockets whenever they felt like it. They just actually don't have a lot of quality man for man. But I saw it tactically. Bro, they can get in our pockets whenever it just clicks for them. They get in our pockets easy. Because of the way he sets up with that stupid wall of five, 2-man in midfield and a 3, and you just draw people out of position. Easy. And they get in the pockets. The same thing will happen.
One goes up, one goes down.
Bro, it's so predictable.
I got a question quickly. I got a question, please. I got a question. Danny, this is for you. Obviously, Black Goalkeeper Association, right?
Yeah.
Black player, important, right?
In general.
Yeah, of course. Matic is notoriously known for
speaking about black players that are late and never anyone else. Yeah.
Right. PSI is important to us, right? Financial wage structure is important, right?
For Sir Jim it is, not for me, but carry on.
Okay. We play better without Onana, right?
I don't know that.
I don't know that, exactly.
I know Bander's just as bad, if not worse. In reality,
well, he's not as bad because he's not played that many games to have the data.
You like data? Go look at the data on him. It's bad. Exactly.
Yeah, but for the games that he has played, he's also showed good performances as well, right?
No, the data on him for the games that he's played is terrible.
Overall, it's probably worse. Yeah,
it's actually bad.
He's got a shorter sample size. Yeah,
you can't count the mistake from the last game because that mistake was the 4th goal. By the time the game was written off. Right. Okay.
So
my question is: so now that Onana is disputing his 25% wage reduction. If we don't make Champions League.
Is he?
And you said that, players' wages, pockets, we shouldn't look at. Because I was with you when Kobe Mino was asking for the bread, we said.
That's not what I've said. That's not what I've said.
No, you've not said it. I know you've not said anything, but we were saying, Kobe Mino asking for the bread he's asking is fair.
I don't think
I remember because I was back.
No, so let me just make it clear.
So what would you say on
I'm not one
Onana
of these football fans that cry when an agent does his job. It's the agent's job to start high and get the football club to negotiate down. And then it's up to the football club not to pay a wage they don't want to pay or get the player and the agent to accept the wages that they want. That's the game. And I can't stand fans that act like bloody just weirdos crying. How dare the agent or the player ask for this money? You get what you negotiate. It's as simple as that. That's life. That's it.
So Onana asking that his 20 because the report says that Andre don't want no 25% reduction. Now every player can negotiate their own terms with the 25%.
Yeah.
Do you think he's in the right to even ask for such a dire kind of thing.
Bro,
That I don't want my 25% when he single-handedly cost us Champions League as well.
It's the same principle for the Kobe thing. You don't catch me crying about what people want to demand. What I
no, it's not the same principle. This is why I asked you.
Yes, it is. It's up to the football club to say no. It's very simple. Even when Bruno Fernandes got his he's got his little boost, a little 1 year extension, whatever it was. Even though I'm a Bruno guy, I said at the time, the football club, you've already got him on 4 to 5 years. Why are you doing it? You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Why am I crying about Bruno? I look at the club. You've got him on 4 to 5 years, 4 years already. He's come back because you're bumping him. You actually got a dub. You got a win. He's actually one of your more consistent players, and you're underpaying him. That's a win for you because you're overpaying people who are not performing. I look at the football club.
Okay, so my perception is I don't agree with some of that statement. Firstly, 100% right. Football clubs should decide what they want to give and what they don't want to give. That's their narrative and their decision to make. But with the Kobe situation, it's different. You said it's similar, but it's not. With Kobe, it's different because Kobe's a future player.
Situation. See, this is the thing that you're struggling with, Faz. When you have principles, they deal with every situation. The situation can be different. You stick to your principle.
The principle, okay, so let's go with that word. The principle.
I do not care about what players and agents demand. Yeah, demand and negotiate for whatever you think you want to do. I look at the football club and say, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
That. Don't do it or negotiate them down. That principle covers every scenario you want to put forward to me. That principle covers.
Listen to what I'm saying. For me, Andre asking for his 25% not being reduced, for me, is a massive disrespect, and the club must react to that.
For what they ask
that's
for.
What I'm saying. That's why I asked you. And let me finish.
But
the reason why I said that is because Mino is a player that you're investing in. The bread makes more sense from the club perspective because he's a future player. He's a player that you're gonna have for many years to come, and you're gonna get the value out of him. Whereas Andre is such a detriment to the club. He single-handedly had us come out of Champions League, and now that when we're gonna be coming out of Champions League, he's got the audacity to negotiate what he wants to negotiate. And my thing is, hold on, let me finish. My thing is, I 100% now, especially now when he wants to ask for the bread not being reduced, get rid of him even more. Not even based on the performance, but even more.
Faz, like the real thing here is basically, do I like him or not? Like this is like
an employee asking for an employee.
That's basically what you're saying, yeah.
That's basically what I hear.
You guys are totally missing my point because you're interrupting me and you're missing my point. You're missing my point.
We hear your point, bro.
An employee asking for a wage not to be reduced when the employee is part of the problem.
Yeah, so Faz, if you want to look at it that way, I don't have a problem with that, bro. That's fine.
Let's listen, guys. What are we saying? Are we going through? Faz, are we going through tomorrow?
No, we're not.
Texino, we're going through tomorrow.
We're going through, bro. We're scraping it still.
Danny, are we going through? Yes or no?
No.
Rhino, I don't know if you can hear us. If not, Marcel, we're going through. Yes or no?
Yeah, we are. Of course, we are. Is that Old Trafford?
Come on, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's worse.
My bad.
Right now,
are we going through or not? Yeah. Oh man.
Come on, Rhino.
I believe we should. Yeah. I believe we should go.
No, I changed my mind. I think we go through. Change my mind.
Yeah.
Leon, what are you saying, Leon?
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we scrape it, but it doesn't make a difference because there's Frankfurt, Bilbao, that man will just slap us on the other side anyway. So we're just scraping it tomorrow, I think. Because Lyon are by the way. You see the last game, the crowd
awful. And their tempo's slow.
I've got a question for you, Saeed. When you're done, I've got a question for you.
Okay, Adam.
We should though, man. We played better second half, man. I think if I remember correctly, I'm sure
we
we
lost
played
man.
decent.
Bruno winning tomorrow,
my guy, man.
I don't think we go through, Saeed. I don't think we go through.
Yeah.
Do you think it's down to mistakes? Is it because of the?
I think it's the quality. I think they've got better quality up front.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But that's what I thought we initially played them, but they were dead.
No, but they didn't take their chances, bro. I keep saying
they didn't.
They scored 2 goals.
Even though we had
they've got quality.
When Turkey was looking for the ball,
they've got
the game started ticking. Yeah, guys.
They've got quality in certain fundamentals right now, but not match defining. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Just here and there.
Yo, Saeed, if we manage to win the Europa League, is it because of the players or the manager?
I think the manager has to get praise, though.
No, it's just a simple question. Is it because of the players or because of the manager?
Both, innit?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Depends how we go through, though, innit?
Exactly. That's where I'm at with it, innit? Depends.
Obviously, it's a last minute player on whatever, then obviously it's a player, innit? Like,
Marcel, we're winning the Europa League, do you reckon?
We should do. And I'd like to think so. So, yeah.
You know what it is,
You see, I see it the other way. I think I see we could, but I don't think we should, the way we play.
Yeah, I get you.
Listen, we need it, man, because I'm not sure if the manager, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
United's the bookiest club anyway.
No,
so Redford worst finish in the Prem last season.
If we win
still finish with a trophy. You never know what can happen.
Yeah,
man, honestly.
If we win it, Aaron fanboys are going to put a battery in his back and say, see, you said this manager's crap, he could win the Europa League.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But then, if you've ever seen the film Heat and you know the scene I'm talking about, there's a flip side to that coin. You told me these players are garbage. How they won the Europa League? And at that point, we have to shake hands and just be neutral and not even argue at that point.
Yeah.
Not even argue.
Fresh start.
The truth.
Guys, you know what it is, though? Do you know why it's so difficult?
I think Amorim winning this trophy will definitely hit the reset button on the fan base. Do you know what I'm saying? It'll hit the reset button on the fan base where 100% you can't then say the players are crap and then the manager was crap as well. It's just like, yo, you know what? We've done it. We've got ourselves back into the Champions League. We've got the bread to spend now, and we can just be in a better position and just hit a reset on the whole, organization and everything. And just
one of the problems with people saying it's the players. They'll blame Lindelof and Eriksen. They'll blame the players not playing. So you just like what's going on.
Yeah.
So a question, guys.
But the players play a big part as well, guys. We can't overlook that. Like certain chances they miss and all of that, we can't overlook that.
No, right.
There's chances that Garnacho missed that changes the whole result.
My point is, I'm harsher on the players than most of the people who defend the manager. Like I want 85% plus of this squad gone.
Adam definitely does.
Rasmus, they say, but he doesn't have a service, and then you start talking about this guy and this guy.
Bro, he was my guy, man.
I'm not part of that, Adam. I'm not part of that. I think Rasmus needs to go. But question, guys, if he loses the Europa League and he doesn't make it, does he need to be sacked? Is that what everyone here is saying? Yeah.
I'm judging everything.
I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think so.
You're talking to someone that if he won the Europa League would sack him immediately after.
I want him to have a window. at least.
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag won the FA Cup. I said thank you because I like trophies in my cabinet, but you need to be fired.
They done it. Saeed, what are you saying then? What you're sacking him?
I wanted to have a window. But if he was sacked tomorrow,
when you start judging a manager based on a result or a trophy, you know it's already gone wrong. I'm judging it on every day. On what I see.
Yeah.
It's already
I'm not involved in this whole Europa thing. I'm not involved in that.
The difference between me and maybe you, Marcel.
So you're saying he already needs to be sacked then, Adam? You're saying the fact that we're even at this point, he needs to be sacked then is what you're saying. So then yes, the answer is.
Not that he needs to be sacked. That's my assessment of him so far. It won't change much based on the result of the Europa League. I don't think he's doing well enough. And even if he wins it, it's slightly better because we got a trophy. But maybe it doesn't change my assessment that much. And if we don't win it, it doesn't change my assessment either.
So what is your assessment right now? You're on the fence.
He's failing.
Oh, no, I'm not on the fence. He's not doing a good job enough. He's not doing a good job.
Yeah, he said that his biggest problem is the profiling.
It's not enough to sack him.
Yeah, but if he wins Europa League, then he's set himself up for a more difficult task next season because he's in the Champions League, bro. Do you get it? So
I want to be the Champions League.
There's so many different things.
I can't lie to you.
There's so many different things.
And
do we want to go in the Champions League and be the whipping boys? We're going to be the whipping boys of Europe, bro.
I agree.
You're on the fence. You're actually on the fence, Adam. If you do pay, you're on the fence because you're not saying you want to sack him, but you're saying he's not doing good enough right now.
No, you can't let it play out. You haven't got to be either or. You can't just let it play out.
So you know what it is. You know, like a consultant just gives you an assessment. He's just to give you the assessment.
Yeah.
If you want to deal with it, that's up to you, bro.
It is 6 wins, Marcel.
Because I want him to get better players. I want him to get better players. That's fair enough.
I'm still saying he's not getting sacked though, Leon. I still think you shouldn't sack him. I don't care about the win. I see the assessment. But I'm saying you shouldn't sack him.
I'm with you, Marcel. But I think for me, where I'm different to you is if tomorrow they sacked him, I don't think I'm emotionally.
You can't complain. I couldn't complain.
Yeah. Because you know what, Marcel? Let's suppose he gets 4 or 5 players this summer. Let's suppose he gets 4 or 5 players. and we start the season badly, by the end of September, it's not that he should be sacked. It has to be sacked. It has to.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving it a few more players just to see. Was I too harsh? But so far, what I'm seeing, I'm not being harsh at all. I think it's decent. I think it's a correct assessment. He's
Do
not.
you have any positives, Adam? Adam, do you have any positives?
I just have to
Ruben?
listen. I just have to. You can't consistently right now, specifically right now. Yeah, the time frame of him managing the team is not long. It's not been long enough, and the comparison people make with Everton is not fair because nobody wanted Everton players. Nobody wanted Everton's manager. So you can't use that as a data set. What happened with Everton? What happens with? Oh, hold on, please, if I may. What happened? I'm neurodivergent, so if you interrupt me, you'll lose me. Do you know what I'm saying? Demos.
That's like my
Yeah. You know, big up ADHD. If we have the period of time that he gets in a full season, then we can see what he can do. Because by default, Man United need to let go of furniture. You can't complain that you've got a bad back sleeping in a bad bed in a mansion. Your bed is bad. It's just simple as that. But you know what I'm saying? You're saying put the duvet on here, put the blanket on there, put the pillow this way, and sleep with one leg like that. Then maybe you might sleep well. But the fact is, the bed is mash up.
It's as far as it's not long enough. The 6 months he had to judge the situation in the table and but it's long enough to judge what he does on a game-to-game basis.
Exactly, with the tools that he's got.
He gets a lot of things wrong. He takes a lot of time.
I'm not disagreeing, but what I'm saying is by default, we are waiting on new furniture. We're literally waiting. So let the new furniture come. Listen, no, fast. If Ineos bring the new furniture, which they are going to in summer because they have to. If Amorim doesn't work, we are happy to let Amorim go because we've got new furniture to play with.
But do you know what it is, Faz? The argument is that he could have gone to the basement and borrowed a pillow that might be a bit more firm. It might be.
He did.
You don't know. You know what I mean?
But he did. No, Rhino, I'm sorry, respectfully, you're incorrect because he did. Harry Amas, Toby Collier, Amad Diallo, who was in the pits of basement. So he did do that. He did. You can't deny.
No.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'm looking at what he does with the players that are not his to judge what he do with the players that are his. And at the moment, it's not looking good because if you tell me that this guy needs an entire squad full of his players. Get him gone now. He doesn't bring any value. He doesn't bring any value.
Your fans, you know, there's a table for managers from when they take over in a job, innit? You know that.
I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah.
We get this super chat, man. We need to wrap up because obviously the Champions League's about to start. Adam Fahimi, who's big up to you. He's probably not as good as starters, but you blame the players for the achievers, so surely that doesn't make sense. Big up Adam Fahimi says. Anto CSC says Onana give out about his wages. Big up to Balaj says big up the panel locked in and waiting for the biryani man to drunk in United's tie. Marcel, how you man find pluses?
Positive vibes.
Yeah, positive vibes.
You are bad dyslexic, innit?
Bro, I literally was like, what the heck is this? How would you know that's positive vibes?
Because it's plus is positive, you know.
In the whole,
I'll be real. You have to be dyslexic to understand that straight away. That's why Faz got it.
There you go.
Positive vibes are easy to find, guys. They're easy.
Palace sacked De Boer for similar. Why not us? Yeah, but he literally lost. What did he lose? Like 7 games in a row? That would have been sackable. That would have been sackable for this manager. This is fine me. Ruben's version is Stevie Wonder settings, Rhino. Amorim got United 4 points from top, and we are 3 points from 17th. Moyes got Everton in January with no signings, near relegation, and now they are brothers. 5-6-3. Now we're back to trust the process. Knowledge of Marcel, please turn slowly so you can get even on all sides.
That's it.
Your knowledge, man.
Your knowledge, man. That's mad. Marcel, you give a monkey time even if he doesn't backflip and shit in Old Trafford dugout because it's a manager. Amorim is all talk, the poet, Shakespeare out. He's not Fergie. What are problems Danny is seeing? 2 solid examples.
We can give you 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Marcel's a passenger on a plane without a pilot, hoping to land at a dream unknown destination. Joshua said players are smart, get the manager sacked so they can get a fresh start. End up getting hard to sell and extending contracts, rinse and repeat. Big up Enquiries so much. The fact that these embarrassing players that will be staying here with the horrible football won't help. We are not getting 25 new Amorim suited players in the next window. Makes no sense to anymore to anyone. The Craft on Dancer, big up summer. We won't get all the players we want. Max 2 or 3 players are overpriced, and we are pretty much broke. Ineos messed up forcing a one system manager to the club. They are suspect. Yeah. Traps, you are 10-0 right now, fam. And WrestleMania 41, Trap versus Saeed. Listen, you don't want to see that one. Listen, Mandem, it's been a pleasure. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Have we hit 1,000 likes? I don't know. Let me just check right now.
Surely, man.
In this lit show, we had about 3K at one point in here, man. Yeah, I mean, let's get to 1.5K likes, man. That's been a lit show.
We have 2K, man.
Yeah, let's do that, man. Big up to Faz. Make sure you follow Faz, Planet Vaz on his channel. Make sure you follow TechZeno on TikTok. Big up TechZeno. Make sure you follow UR Marcel, even though there's no content there, but follow UR Marcel. Make sure you follow. Yeah, soon. Yeah, never. You are Rhino. Big up to Rhino. Big up Rhino, by the way. He was on. Was it? Let them know what you were doing yesterday.
I was on one. I was at One Extra with Kenny. Yeah.
Kenny,
come on. It's crazy because I know Kenny from way back, you know, but I haven't seen him in years. But yeah, man, we're making moves over here. You feel me?
Big up, man.
Big up, man. Big up, man.
Big up, Lizzie as well.
Big up, man.
Yeah, shelling it in it, man. Big up, man. Trust me.
Big up, man.
Know the name. I told you guys to watch out for the name. I gave you guys the tea. I gave you the drop 6 months ago. I said Lizzie. So just do your research, man. Just do your research.
You know, we need a manager like Rhino manages his guy, you know, every stream, every corner. We need a manager like this. This guy.
Trust me.
Big up.
Big up, man. Big up Danny Devil Details. The space is still running, yeah? They're running, still space.
Nah, bro, I quit because I can't do both, bro. So yeah, man, you'll catch me on man.
I was talking about that in a group chat today, you know, that the peak Twitter meltdown civil war was Erik ten Hag. After that, I think everybody's just...
Yeah, everybody's kind of like, I think Oli was peak, but yeah.
Oli was peak. I think Danny and I were clashing.
Yeah.
And you see, now we agree, so life's good.
Exactly.
I did not more as well, but it's crazy. I mean, how many battles have you lost, Danny, man? Really, truly.
Like, yeah.
Everything.
I don't lose battles, bro.
No, we have conversations.
Yeah, we have
the battle. I win the war, bro. I win the war.
Okay, there you go. At
the moment you start seeing it as a battle, it's gone.
For the people that don't know, yeah, when Erik ten Hag came in first into the club, Danny had access to Erik ten Hag Ajax footage from another guy.
I'll give that to Danny.
And he used to draw triangles like,
but Faz, this is why I don't lose the war. But Faz, this is why I don't lose the war. I came on Saeed TV.
He did.
I warned everybody. His football is mad.
Yeah.
So when I was against, so the crazy thing is, when I went against him, I was just referencing what I've. So it is what it is.
Yeah. There was no agenda in it. Yeah,
no agenda, man.
That's the brand.
Big up Adam Fahimi as well. Love for coming on as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Big up, man. Obviously, big up to Lyon as well, man. You get me out and about and that. Big up to you. I see you doing your thing.
And guys, make sure you follow me on TikTok. I'm starting to go live on TikTok a lot as well.
There you go.
I want to hear new music. I want to see some new talent. And I'm on this Simon Cowell thing. So if I tell you your music's dead, sorry, it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Yo, people, before we go, subscribe to Saeed TV, especially if you heard some
especially
crazy
150K.
Saeed said Amorim's the future, so subscribe and like for that. Yeah.
I do believe it. I'm sticking by it, man. We've got to back the manager, man. I'm running, guys. I'm running.
You don't believe that, man.
I'm running.
And also people as well, yeah.
No BBLs, bro.
If you know any sponsors, lad, I'm not sure what's going on with Faz's space. There's the lights and now the dressing room. I'm not sure what happens in that space, but there's a sponsor. Do you know what I mean? All of them things. OnlyFans and that. So
on that bombshell.